I made
All
him
right,
an
I'm here
executive.
now. I can actually participate. Should I just restart the live since I didn't participate in any of this?
Yes.
You were trying to show us who you were talking to, but we couldn't read it.
It's my dad. My dad called me.
But yes,
I can never. I always have to talk to my dad when he calls. I love him. Yeah, he's the best. But I don't know. I feel like we've already got kind of like a good thing going here. I don't know. What is the consensus? Do I restart? Do I just?
Well, how do you feel about?
now?
Let's see how Blake is, and then make a game day decision.
Well, don't do that. I'm just here to crush on the Bible guy.
Oh, well, go for it.
What?
Dude, you're
Go ahead.
awesome. I love every episode that you're on. You could spend more time with Planet Peterson, but the stuff that you do with Javon is hilarious. I love you. Keep it up. You're fantastic. Your talking parts are all 10 out of 10.
Oh, well, thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah, we love the Bible guy.
Blake,
He's
why
our
did you
Bible
send me
guy.
like a
We
little
can't have
nerd?
him.
Why did you send me a little nerd emoji earlier?
That was a mistype. My apologies.
No, okay.
Also, you are a little nerd, Sticks. There's no what's the logical contradiction there? Go ahead.
He's a big nerd, not a little one.
Also,
I'm going to bail before I embarrass myself, okay?
Also, you guys, if Dean Withers is in my fucking chat commenting, don't start fangirling over him. And we need to be cool. Be cool. Be level-headed.
be cool, bro.
God,
Be cool.
you guys are scaring away the Dean Withers.
Act chill. Act chill.
All right. Let's all mute up while Arwen cooks for a little bit. Let's just
How- Okay, I gotta like get in the zone. J Trades, how old are you?
28.
And I think God is unjust. What's your stance on that?
What's the definition of unjust?
Here, I'll just pull up exactly what I mean so we can be very clear. When I think of just, I think of morally right, lawful, or ethically sound, and he is not that. So he's morally wrong, unlawful, and ethically unsound.
Can I expound on that? Because I think the definition that we've been operating on, and Cam, if you disagree with this, let me know. But it's just fairness, impartiality, and ensuring that
I like
everyone
that
receives
too.
what they're due.
I have no
I
problem.
like that too.
I have no problem with debating one person at a time, but two at once is kind
Cool.
of.
We don't care.
He was just
I'm
throwing
saying,
in
can
the
she make
definition
her
that
own
they've been
arguments, or
using. Chill
maybe
out.
I'm the
Are you just going to
mansplaining?
pretend you don't know what words mean? Can we just move forward with the
I mean,
conversation? You
So
know
it's
what?
okay to mansplain depending on what side of the argument you're on.
You know what just means. You know what unjust means.
No,
Can
no,
you
I don't
just
know.
not pretend that you don't know that?
Well, I'm not pretending. We're defining
When, like,
semantics.
Jay, would you say that God is just?
So when you say morally right, morally wrong,
Jay,
what are you saying?
Jay, would you say that God is just?
Yes, all sin gets punished.
What do you mean when you say that?
All sin gets punished. Or the price
I
of sin
can't
is paid.
hear you.
The price of sin is paid. Gets paid.
By who though?
Either
By the
so
sinner?
by
Or
our
just
Lord and
by
Savior
some
Jesus
random
Christ.
schmuck?
By our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ being the perfect sacrificial lamb.
So when we're talking about like the justice system in America, are you using like a different definition of what is just
But
there
that would
than
just be a plea
just
to
for
legality.
God?
Like that would just be a plea to legality.
How is
No,
that a
I'm just
plea to
asking you,
legality?
like,
She's asking
do
you
you
a
think,
It
question.
is.
I'm asking you if you're thinking about how justice is served in the real world, are you using the same definition of like sin gets whatever you said? Is it the same
The
definition, or do you
judgment.
use two different definitions, one for God, one for humans?
So it would be that God gives us morality.
Yeah,
God
dude,
gives
I'm
us
I
our.
so
didn't ask
fucking
that.
I'm so fucking
What are you
sick of
asking?
mythologists pretending that because you subjectively decided which god you assign objective morality to, that you then somehow get to tell atheists and other people, you don't know what justice means. You don't know what morality is. Shut the fuck up. You're a cult of pedophiles. So you know what the
Oh,
word justice means.
can we
Can
calm
you
down just a little
just
bit?
pretend that you know what the word means so we can move forward in the conversation?
It's a very
Instead of
important
having
word.
to have a semantical debate about what the word justice means, you
All right.
know what justice means. You know what
Ask
it
you a
means.
question. Let me ask you a question. Here's the problem, right? There are
Yeah.
people that think right now on this live that Carmelo Anthony got justice. There are
I don't
people
know
on
who
this
that
live
is.
that think that what happened to him was unjustified.
I don't know who that is, and I don't care.
Carmelo, the kid that
I don't care, dude. I don't.
I
fucking care.
dropped him. If you want us to talk, like, to give you the definition of what we mean by just, that's totally fine. But like, then just like get the definition and proceed with the conversation.
Hello.
Hello, Kermit.
I disagree.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
And you disagree with my prompt. Do you need us to define what just means, or do you have like a third grade reading level? You already know what that means.
I guess unjust is being fair. I mean, not being fair.
Essentially, yes.
He is fair. God is fair.
Do you
God
think that
isn't.
God? Do you think that God is unjust, or do you think He's just?
He's just. What is your understanding of fairness?
People get what they deserve.
People get what they deserve. So if you don't
Yeah,
get what you deserve, or if someone doesn't give you what you
it's
deserve,
not fair.
or what you think you deserve, then therefore a person is unjust.
Well, it's not about what you think. I like that you
Yeah,
slid
it's
that in
just
there.
about,
But
It,
yeah,
it is what you think because it's going to be preference based.
no.
like,
So justice is just
for example, Kermit, one of my examples of God being unjust is having innocent people punished for the crimes of others. Would you agree that punishing an innocent person for the crimes of others is unjust, or would you say that
That's
that's just?
that's your preference.
Would
hold
you
on.
agree that punishing innocent people for
That's
the
your
crimes of
preference.
others? I'm asking you yours.
Can you
I
just
think it's
fucking
unjust.
engage?
I
Just
think it's
engage.
Is your
unjust.
preference higher than
Okay, well then you don't know how to engage in this conversation. What?
There,
Like I told you my preference, and I'm asking if you agree. That's literally all that I was doing, and he can't even fucking engage with that. What's happening? Actually, I don't like this light. I like the other one I had better. Benny, how old are you?
41.
And do you know what it means to be just and unjust?
Of
Or do
course.
we need to? Okay. Do you think that God is just or unjust?
What God are we talking about?
The Bible God.
Abrahamic? No, he's definitely unjust.
Sweet.
All
Love
we
that
have
for
to do
you.
is all we have to do is just read the Old Testament, and you'll find out exactly how he.
Fully agree. Don't want to talk to you though. I already have enough people up here who agree with me. Um that's that on that. Yeah, W that guy. W that guy. But now we don't have anybody else to talk to us because the only people that wanted to come up here and talk to us are people that could not engage. They just refused. Oh,
3 people in a row just wanting to pretend that they don't understand relatively simple words and that atheists can't possibly ground an understanding of relatively simple words if we don't believe in a wizard.
hello, Rope Max.
Big Sky Daddy, you guys are against Christianity, hey?
Yeah, are you?
God is unjust.
Yeah. How old are you, first of all?
22.
And do you think the Christian God is just or unjust?
I don't believe in Christianity, but I think it served a
Although I'm
W
willing to
Bible guy for
bet
that.
Okay,
he
listen.
was about to say, but I'm a follower of Christ.
No, he wasn't. Guys, if you're not a Christian, if you don't believe in the God Yahweh, then we don't want to talk to you. I mean, listen, if you're a friendly, big W to you for being an atheist and being a well-rounded, smart individual. But we would like to talk to people who thinks that Yahweh is just, because that's what the contention of the live is. No, they were going to say that Christianity is not true, but it serves like a moral purpose in society or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, if you can't admit that you believe in the Abrahamic God, then do not come up here to talk to us because that's what we want.
You all
I guess
go
I
after
could make
Christians.
I could make a new prompt that says Yahweh is unjust, so get more like specific. But I don't want to. This is what we're dealing with today. Sorry, I was on the phone with my dad for so long. He was asking me how to set up an Alexa, like an Amazon Alexa.
Love that.
Gotta help the old geezer where I can. And I can't even like I need to go. It's at our cabin, and I have a set. Pretty much, I need to go drive like an hour to my cabin to go help him with the Alexa, but I'm not doing it. He's got to figure it out. I'll do it later. All right, almost. We have 162 people in here, but nobody wants to come up and talk to me about whether they think God is just.
Darlene Crossley says, I believe in Jesus Christ. Well, Darlene, you are more than welcome to call in. I've made a special exception, and I'm here on the Arwen show. This is bonus Bible guy time that no one else was expecting. Don't waste your opportunity. Come on up. Let's have a conversation.
It's Darlene.
I'm good. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Are you
Hello,
over the age
guys.
of 18?
Yes, I'm 35.
All right, you sound like 85. We think God is unjust. What's your stance on that, Darlene?
I think he's very just.
Yeah?
Because
Do you think that punishing innocent
have you ever
people for
read
the
the
crimes of
Bible?
others? Yeah, I've read the Bible. Do you think punishing innocent people for the crimes of
Did
others
you
is
notice?
just?
Did you notice in the Old Testament that nobody ever got?
You're either like, okay, I shouldn't, maybe there's something like physically wrong that I shouldn't be,
Yeah, I feel like that's probably a better decision. Also, you did say you sound like you're 85.
I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If she had like a physical malady, I shouldn't have brought it up. But there was definitely something going on there.
Hey,
Tony,
Tony.
not much. How old are you?
25.
And I think God is unjust, specifically the Bible God. What about you?
Why is that? Can you give me your reasons?
Yeah, like one example is God punishes innocent people for the crimes of others. I think that is definitionally unjust. And nobody
Can you
can
give
hear
me an
you when you
example?
leave the app. Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus is an example. He
Yeah,
gets
what about
punished.
it?
He gets put to death on a cross for crimes that he didn't commit. Where's the justice in that?
Yeah. So you're atheist?
Are you going to engage with what I'm saying, or are you going to try
Yeah, but
to
I'm not a
obfuscate?
fellow Christian.
You're not a what?
I'm not a Christian.
Do you believe in Jesus?
I'm a nigga.
Christian, 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 Christian.
Gross.
Joining a live to scream the N-word is the most Christian thing a Christian could Christian. Adira in the comments, running. Please join the live. You've had a lot to say.
Hold on,
None
you
of it's
guys.
coherent.
You guys are in charge for the next 30 seconds. I gotta check on something.
Yes, ma'am. Adam, are you at least 18?
Oh yeah, man, I am. I'm 26.
Okay, are you a believer in Yahweh, the God of the Bible?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right.
Oh, thank goodness. I think your God is unjust. Can we talk about it? Because I haven't been able to talk to anybody about it
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, do you think your God is just?
Nigger.
Oh my God. Christian, 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 Christian.
By the way, to the 164 people here in the comment section, that is the behavior of your people. You will never see
Yeah,
that
these.
happen in a theist live. Theists that are like circle jerking Jesus, no one will ever join to scream the N-word. It's only when your religion is called out.
This is precisely why I had to take a week off.
Someone says, as if Timu Barbie has a better sense of justice than God. I do. How about you come up here and talk to me about it?
And also,
I love how you're
wrong.
calling me Timu Barbie, but you are built like a freaking. I don't want to finish what I'm saying, but everybody go look at his profile picture.
Barbie's
Also,
a Timu Arwen.
Yeah, like Arwen could literally just play Barbie. And she wouldn't have to change anything. Like she wouldn't have to like put on a Barbie costume. She would just be like, "Hi, I'm Barbie." Timu
And I would
Barbie.
literally not this. This isn't very Barbie of me, but I most of my clothes are very Barbie-esque. You
Also,
know?
the irony, you most get paid compared to
Margot
Elle
Robbie,
Fanning.
who was
But
Barbie.
you also get paid compared to Margot Robbie, who was literally Barbie.
Yeah, the pink cowboy hat especially it's very Barbie.
Yeah, I love when people try to come at you for your stunning looks.
I know it's crazy. Little do they know when they try to insult my looks, it just like tells me that they know that they think I know that they think I'm good looking because like it's just the way that it is. You cannot insult me on the way that I look. My ego is way too high for that.
Reluctant Human says, all these simps coming to Timu Barbie's defense is so telling. Reluctantly Human, you're just sad that no one would ever come to your defense.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to know what the insult is. What's a simp?
It's someone who, it's me.
Someone who like, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain what a simp is. Let's Urban Dictionary this shit real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, do that.
I know what a simp is. I know how to like use it in a sentence.
Someone who's obsessed and would do anything for someone, and like including like shame themselves and.
So like we're willing to humiliate ourselves in love of Arwen because we're just like simping for her.
Sure.
I want to understand these insults.
I'm looking it up, but Urban Dictionary is being freaking weird. Here. Simp, someone who does way too much for the person that they like.
Well, there you go.
Well,
yeah, Reluctantly Human, I want you to come up here and talk about it. I think, well, actually, I really don't want to talk about why you think I'm a Timu Barbie. I'd rather talk about the topic, but if you want to come up and compliment me, that's totally fine.
Nini Baba is perfectly correct. It is incel language. It's for well, we don't call them incels anymore. Don't forget. Now we call them unfuckables. So when the unfuckable twats like Human or whatever his name is, women don't like them and they get mad when other men are nice to women. They call them incels. Simple as that.
I can't invite him up. I'm looking in
it probably means
the
he's
viewers,
private.
and I don't see him as someone that I'm able to invite.
It either means he's private or doesn't have enough followers. All of these sims are so mad. Reluctantly Human, you should definitely spam the same unfunny comment you tried 12 times and got no reaction from.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't make you seem like triggered by me and my amazing beauty. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm pretty and that I disagree with you. I'm so sorry.
Trump is God and MAGA runs the world. Actually, do you know what today is? Today is Donald J. Trump's 80th birthday.
Oh God!
Why did you have to tell me that? I hate that. This is the worst day. And
may it be his last.
Right? Because it's one of my best friend's birthdays, and when we discovered they're the same, now when like in our friend group, when we text, we're just like, "Oh, happy birthday, Donald Trump," because it's like the most insulting thing you can say to someone.
Yeah. Well,
and there's like so many people yapping in the comments, but nobody wants to request up. Why? I'm nice. I promise. I'm a friendly Timu Barbie.
And I'll good sticks.
Say like, look, if you're hesitant to come up because I don't know, maybe you're not confident coming up on lives. The fact of the matter is that we're making a positive claim here, so it requires us to defend our position. All you have to do is provide reasons why we're wrong, right?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to defend my position. It's actually quite easy.
Someone
and nobody's been able to engage. Like I have one very specific point here that's like unbeatable, and nobody wants to engage with it. What points were you guys making? Like I'm using the Jesus thing. Did you guys do anything different when I was gone?
I was. Well, the problem is we don't get far enough in these conversations. Now, I was going to try to bring up the fact that God set up Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, but the persons we've been talking to are incapable of getting past the simple meaning of the word unjust. But hopefully, Joseph will be the exception.
I want to talk about Jesus. So that's the angle that I'm going to take until I can actually have a conversation about it.
You go,
Joseph, how
girl.
old are you? Well, are you over the age of 18?
Can you hear me?
Yes, but not amazingly. Kind of sounds like
Oh,
you're far
okay.
away
Yeah,
from
I've never
your
done this before, so
microphone.
I've never done this before, so yeah, I'm 49 years old.
Sweet. And do you believe in the Christian God or
Yes, I
the
believe in
Abrahamic
Jesus
one?
and God and all that.
Sweet. I think God's unjust.
Now, why
What
do you
about
feel that
you?
way?
I think putting someone, or what do I say? Punishing someone for the crimes of somebody else is definitionally unjust.
Okay. So do you believe the Bible to be the inerrant word of God?
No.
Well, then you probably won't believe what I would say anyway.
Do you think it is the infallible, inerrant word of God?
What's that?
You think the Bible is the infallible, inerrant word of God?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
What is
so that's the thing is that like
Wait. I feel like we're obfuscating. Do you think that it is just to punish an innocent person for the crimes of somebody else?
Well, you have to figure out who's innocent. Who do you think is innocent when we're all sinners?
Jesus?
Would you consider Jesus to be innocent?
Jesus was
Sinless, some might say.
Jesus was sinless, but he was the substitution where God punished
Okay,
Jesus
so
for everybody's sin.
a sinless man gets punished for the crimes of others. That is definitionally unjust.
How is that unjust?
because when we use the term unjust, Joseph, do you agree that justice means fairness, impartiality, and ensuring everyone receives what they are due?
Well, if you think about it in the sense that when the Bible says all have sinned and are dead in their souls, and it says that there's none justice, what does it say? Everyone is unrighteous, right? So if we
Wait, do you
if we're
Except for
born
disagree with my
Jesus,
definition
right?
there?
if we
Except
are
for
born
Jesus,
into this
right?
if we are born into this world sinners and we are dead and we are
So are you saying that Jesus, I muted you because you won't stop talking. Would you say that Jesus was born into this world a sinner? I invited you to come off mute. You have to hit accept.
my bad.
Would you say that Jesus was born into this world a sinner?
He was born into this world sinless.
Okay, and then he lived his entire life sinless, right?
Right.
And then punishing him for for crimes that other people committed is not fair and not just. Right?
It depends on the theology of it. I mean, you really got to
Well,
dig deep into
no,
it.
it really doesn't. If I committed a crime and then you went to prison for the crime that I committed, was justice served?
Yeah, but what's going on is you're
If
comparing
I
your
committed a
listen to me.
crime, no, shut up. You're not like engaging in any way. If I commit a crime and then you go to prison for the crime that I committed, was justice served in that case? You have to come off mute again. You have to come off mute and then engage with my question and not try to bring up irrelevant shit.
Oh god, he doesn't know how TikTok works.
I invited you to come off mute.
There we
Okay.
go.
Well, the
If
thing
I commit a crime and you go to prison for my crime, was justice served?
you're not Jesus. You're not God.
I did not ask.
That wasn't the
Justice means
question.
the same thing.
You're
Justice means
drawing a
the same
parallel.
thing.
You're drawing a parallel between what happened to
So
Jesus
would
and what
you,
happened to yourself.
is your stance that justice for God has a different definition than humans? Like
I think it's
what
a
we
little. I
think
think
of as is justice, what we
it's a
think of
little
as
more
is justice is
complicated.
not the same as God's justice. Don't mute him because it's gonna take 15 minutes for him to figure out how to come off mute.
Joseph, here's a tip. You won't be able to hear Arwen's question if you're talking while she's talking.
And also, Joseph, do you notice, and also for the 160 people here, they don't, you just simply cannot answer a question directly without being evasive. You obfuscate every question Arwen has asked you. You just answer something else. Why do you think that is?
He is not engaging in what I'm saying in any way.
Listen to me.
So
Can you listen to me for a second?
no, shut up, Joseph, or I'm gonna drop you. You need to engage with what we're saying.
I'm trying.
Okay, so shut up
but
so I can talk and then you can engage with what I'm saying.
You're
Do you
wanting yes
think
or
that the human definition of justice is different than the justice of God? Or is that the same definition of fairness and everybody getting what they're due?
It is the same. Yes.
Okay, so then it's the same exact thing. My analogy is perfectly analogous to what happened to Jesus. He did the time, but he didn't do the crime. What if I did the crime and you did the time? Is justice served in that case?
No.
So then how could you argue that putting Jesus, an innocent, sinless man, to death for crimes that he didn't commit would be just? How could you defend that?
I defend it this way, that you are drawing a parallel between human justice and not
You
theological.
just said that human justice and God's justice is the same definition of fairness and everybody gets what they are owed. Are you taking that back and you think God has a different definition now?
Well, you won't let me explain, so I had to say yes there. So I'm trying to explain without you
So
interrupting
you
me.
lied.
So
you lied,
what is the
Joseph.
so we agree on what human justice is. What is the definition of God justice?
Well, God had a plan.
I didn't ask. I said, what is the definition of God justice?
So you won't let me explain the story.
I did not. I don't want you to. I'm asking you a direct question, and I expect a response to the question that I asked, and not some bullshit that I didn't. You think that God's justice is a completely different definition than what human justice is? Can you give me the definition of God justice?
In order for you to understand, we have to explain to you, but you don't want to hear that explanation.
I just want the definition. You don't need to explain it, just define it. What does justice mean to God?
I really got to tell you the whole story of God.
What does justice mean to God?
We've read the Bible. We know your story. We know what you believe.
Well, if you read
Preaching
the Bible,
is not
you
an
wouldn't
argument.
be up here talking shit.
Oh my God, you are a stupid fuck.
Here, I got something for you.
Stupid fuck.
I got something for you before we get to the next guest. You're gonna love
Got
this.
me singing on live. Stupid fuck.
She was chirping in the comments, and I was impressed that she actually joined. Sorry, you go, Dilpin.
When Thorin gave Bilbo the mithril chainmail shirt, he said it was made for an elven prince. The only elven prince that was born in any of the 4 elven realms since the founding of Erebor is Legolas. Frodo is wearing Legolas' baby
I already knew all of this, and it's not on top.
Man.
Not on topic.
Of course you fucking knew.
Why would you think that I'm the biggest Lord of the Rings nerd that you know? Why would you think that I don't know that?
I thought I finally had one up on you, but apparently not.
Maria, are you older than 18?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think the Bible God is unjust. Do you know what I mean when I say unjust, or should I define that for you?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. What is your stance on that?
I think you're talking about Jesus, right?
Well, if Jesus is God, we're talking about the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. So she said that he died on the cross and that was unjust, right?
Yes. There's no justice served in Jesus dying on the cross.
Okay, so if he created every human being, he died to save us. So
doesn't make it just.
That's being just because he did all this creation. He created everything. Yes, ma'am.
What do you think justice means?
It means fairness.
So what is fair about dying for somebody else's crimes?
Well, he created every human being.
I agree with you that could be loving and that could be merciful, but it definitionally is not just.
Well, whether he created us or not, let's say we agree with you. God created everything. That doesn't allow him to act in a terrible way without being called out for it. So he created us, cool. Let's pretend he did. Are his actions still unjust?
Okay, so if he created everything and every human being likes to sin and has, you know,
And so does God, because any of the things that we do that would be sinful, God has done. So if you're going to call us out for those bad actions, then you have to call her out too.
okay, so if you know that your creation are if everyone is acting bad and you want to save them, like that's why he sent his only son to save you, because you are his creation. So that's being just.
Maria, do you think putting an innocent man to death for the crimes of other people is justice?
He is God.
Do you think putting an innocent man or innocent being to death for the crimes of other people is justice?
If that's gonna make a lot of people to convert to Christianity, yeah, that is just.
So what part of putting an innocent man to death for crimes that he didn't commit is just? Because you say that justice is fairness, right?
Yes.
What is fair about that?
Because a lot of people converted to Christianity because of
That
that.
doesn't make it fair. It could mean that it has a good outcome according to you, but that doesn't make it fair.
Well,
Fair
he created
justice
everything.
equals fairness. You keep going back to he created everything, he's the God, he made everybody. That doesn't change the fact that putting an innocent man to death for crimes that he didn't commit is unjust. You're not speaking to that.
Okay, so who crucified Jesus? People, right? So
No.
we are the ones who are unjust.
No. John 3:16, who sent Jesus to die? Who required that sacrifice? It wasn't people, it wasn't the Romans. Who killed Jesus?
Oh, so Romans didn't crucify him?
The body, yeah, but why was he sent to earth? What was the whole purpose for him to be here?
Okay, so to die for our sins,
To
because
die.
we are
So who sent him here to die?
God.
So who killed Jesus?
Well,
Who's the only one that
God-
required the Jesus character to die? The
okay,
only character.
Equality. I understand your
Please,
point.
please
You
stop
have to
running.
understand that because of that, a lot of
You're
people
gonna say it. You're gonna say it.
converted.
Who killed Jesus? Who required
Humans,
his?
listen,
Who
both.
required his? Who required his death? Who
If
required the death of Jesus?
I removed her because Styx has a point. Like I do think that my point of putting an innocent man to death for crimes that he didn't commit is definitionally unjust. But I have also Styx, I'm assuming is the same, has noticed nobody is willing to actually engage with that point. Nobody
But he's
actually just
God.
wants to face that point head on because of like I don't really know why.
Because they're conflating reasons with just or justice, right? They're saying God has reasons to do this thing. That's not what's in contention. What's in contention is whether or not his actions were just. And I think it's far more like it's easier to elucidate that point on like 1 Samuel 15 or like Deuteronomy 22 or 2 Samuel 12, because I just don't think that the brain is capable of interpreting Jesus' sacrifice as an unjust action.
It's just bothersome to me because the whole entire reason that I made this prompt specifically was so I could talk about Jesus's death. But okay, we will move over to 1 Samuel 15. We can do that.
A Bible verse that you should have memorized, and this is interesting for the Jesus topic, is Proverbs 17:15, where it says that one who justifies the wicked and one who condemns the righteous are both alike an abomination to the Lord. So ask them if the central tenet of Christianity is that the wicked are justified and the righteous is condemned.
Maria's still in the comments. She's going, Jesus' death turns a lot of people to Christianity.
Maria doesn't understand the difference between fairness
But that
and
doesn't
advantageous.
make it just. Just because it might have had a good outcome according to her does not mean that it fits the definition of just. Like, I do really want to talk about this more, but we can change topics or change verses for a time, but I still want to talk about Jesus. That's what this whole fucking prompt is about. Okay, I'm trying to let people up, but definitely not you, so sorry. I'm just removing you from the queue because I don't want to let you up. Wayne is loading in. Hello, Wayne. Wait, question before we start. Does my picture on your guys' screen still look really blurry, or has it changed at all?
Yes, ma'am.
medium blurry.
It's blurry than it
Man.
was, but still blurry.
That's so lame. There's like nothing I can do about that because this is my TikTok phone. I don't even have it connected to like LTE or anything. It's just Wi-Fi.
It's like honestly, you still look great, and it's not so blurry that it detracts from the live. Like it's not distractingly bad.
Hold on. I gotta remove myself from the panel and then come back up real fast. I have to fix something.
No worries. Okay. Well, I guess should we give him a second to try to request back up, or should I just move on to the next person?
I hope he's not going to do something weird.
I'm just gonna move on to the next person. Sorry. Wait in the queue. Oh, well, maybe. Okay, welcome back, Wayne, because...
Yeah, I came right back.
Okay.
I have stuff I
you're
gotta
here.
do. This is not the most important thing I've done today. So
Agreed.
my argument
This isn't the
was
most
gonna
important
be
thing that any of
similar-
us are doing today.
well, my argument would be, why are you doing it? But I'm not gonna have that discussion.
Oh,
That's not an argument, that's a question.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just said my question would be, but I'm not gonna ask
You
it.
said your argument. That's okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, so my argument was going to be the same as the last person, but I noticed they didn't really get much of a chance to talk.
Well, they didn't present an argument. They just tried to pretend that because God's God and created shit, that we don't question whether their actions, behaviors,
And
attitudes,
I'm not
etc., are
saying
good
it's
or
a bad
bad.
thing to question, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all to question anything. I mean, but it does beg the question, who has done the research? I mean, not even just reading scripture, but just historically.
Have you read the Bible?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. I mean, and I've actually done research too.
Wonderful. This is going to go super
the
well
Roman
for you.
Empire, all that, the whole 9 yards.
So you've read the Bible. You know all of the narratives that we're going to present where the God character is a dick and does horribly bad things. You already know them, and you don't need us to tell you. So how would you justify those to other people?
It's not that I would try to justify it. I would more or less look at the morality, and I would point out certain scriptural things that showcase when he was sent to Earth.
Oh my God! So when God kills 42
Wayne,
children with bears,
why do you think it's just to put innocent babies to death?
Okay, let me ask this question first. Am I going to be able to get a sentence out, or are you guys going to interrupt me?
you won't be able to preach and you won't be able to obfuscate. If that's going to be a
Oh no,
problem.
I'm not trying to preach. I'm just trying to give an understanding of my.
So answer her
Wayne,
question. So answer her question.
Wayne, why do you think it's just to put innocent babies to death?
Okay, so we're not going to stay on topic. You guys are going to interrupt me.
This
and I'm never
is
gonna get the
Please stop
is
whining.
the topic. I'm saying it's unjust to put innocent babies to death.
Yeah,
you
and I'm
think
trying to
it
get
is
to that,
just,
but you
and I
guys,
want to
you guys
ask you
won't let me
why.
because you guys keep pivoting, right? But
So
I can't
why
do that.
I'm not pivoting. This is the topic. Why
And I'm
do you
trying to
think it
answer
is
the
just?
topic, but you guys
Why
won't
do
let
you
me.
think it is just to put innocent babies to death?
That has nothing to do with the topic.
That is exactly the fucking topic.
Okay,
God
can I
puts,
help,
Says
Wayne?
God is unjust.
Yeah.
God puts innocent babies to death. I think that is unjust. You think
Ignorance
it is
is bliss.
just.
Goodbye.
I'm asking you
Run,
why.
coward, run. Run, coward. When you're asked about the subject matter of God being unjust, bringing up examples of God being unjust is pivoting from the topic. Why can't you answer a direct question?
Were you okay? So before I joined this panel, before I actually came back from my phone call and everything, were you guys able to have a conversation about this?
No, we need to I think we need to do a better job at like getting them into the conversation slowly. So lay out it's okay. Well,
Like
I
getting
think
into a hot
there's a
tub, but
disagreement on what it
more
means to be
slowly.
just, and I think we have to get into that.
Okay. Let's.
He recorded it.
We'll
Please,
start by defining terms.
please
even
post
though
it.
I feel like
Please tag us in it. Show the world how you refused to answer a direct question about the subject matter and then crashed out and ran. Show everyone. Tag us. Fucking tag us in it.
somebody's talking to me about needing to go to the orthodontist.
Hey, Jomar, are you over 18?
Oh my God, wait. It's the guy from yesterday, which, by the way, you have to go check out his profile. He's coming at you for his teeth. His teeth are fucking terrifying. He's like this older kind of fat guy.
I
who
understand
does,
that
like-
I have a couple snaggletooths at the bottom, but like
But the irony.
You have a wonderful smile.
Like, look at
Dear old man, stop posting
No
pictures of
cavities.
yourself shirtless. It's not good and you shouldn't do it. And also, your teeth are fucking terrifying.
I mean, my teeth aren't perfect. I get that, but I mean,
You and your
it
teeth are
is what it
adorable.
is. It doesn't take away from how stunning I am or my correct points, you know? Joe Marr, how old are you? Or let's start with, are you above the age of 18?
Yes, hi, I'm 37.
And I think God is unjust. And I'm going to start by giving you the definition of what just means, or at least what it means to me. It means fairness, or giving people or giving beings what they are owed. Would you agree with that definition?
Okay, repeat that again, please.
I would say justice would essentially just be fairness. Would you
Yes,
agree with that?
yes, I agree.
Okay. And have you read the Bible?
Yes, I'm a Catholic, conservative Catholic. I read the Bible.
And is there anything in the Bible that God does that you would consider to be unjust?
Okay, first, I would like to say I am a French speaker. I'm still learning English, but I can try my best. Yeah, because I'm a French speaker. So, what I would like to say, God is not unjust. God is just. The problem is today is many people today don't read the Bible in the deep to see how the Bible principle are fair and God is love. If you read the beginning of Genesis to the end, God is love. And the one who follow every commandment of God, you will be living in joy and happiness. But the problem
Okay,
is this generation
that's
we are.
great. That's great and that's grand. But everybody up here has read the Bible, and we have
Yes.
issues with things that God does in the Bible that we deem to be unjust.
No.
Do you want to talk about
What?
that?
No, it is not unjust. Everything the Bible says for God is just. I don't know what you mean
Okay.
unjust.
Okay, so let me give you an example and we can talk about it.
Yes.
In 1 Samuel 15:3, God puts innocent babies to death. I don't think that there is anything just or fair about putting innocent babies to death. Why do you think that that is just?
You were talking about in Egypt when God was punishing
No,
you know?
that's not the same
Talking about
story. I'm talking about
Exodus.
not talking about the Exodus story, which I do also think that's unjust, but I was talking about 1 Samuel 15:3, when God commands
Mm-hmm.
the slaughter of all of the Amalekites, including the infants and the babies. I don't think that there would ever be a world in which you could argue that it is just or fair to put infants and babies to death. Why do you think that that's just?
Okay. The Old Testament, I can say God was ruling his people, but another how can I say rules. But when he came, now we have would say New Testament, and Jesus say,
I didn't ask though. I'm asking about, you said that there's nothing that God does in the Bible that's unjust. You said everything
yes,
God does in the Bible is just. So
it's just, yes.
why do you think it was just when God commands babies and infants to be put to death?
Can you give me the verse of when the talking about
First,
babies who die
First
in Old?
Samuel 15:3. 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 3.
And can you read?
Yeah.
I got it pulled up.
Because my
already.
first, yeah,
It says here,
the
First Samuel
baby
chapter
I know
15.
who died is
You
in
have to be quiet.
Egypt.
Joe, you have to be quiet in order to listen to what the verse says.
Yes.
Now, this is God speaking. Now go and attack Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. Do not spare them, but kill both man and woman, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey.
So he's commanding
Okay.
He's commanding that the Israelites go and put those infants and babies to death. Why do you think
Okay.
that was a just thing to do?
It's not only the babies. God sometimes used to punish his
I didn't
people.
ask who else it was. I'm specifically asking about the babies. I'll tell you, okay, I'll start with this. I say that it's unjust to put babies to death because there is nothing that a baby could do that would make that fair. It's not fair to put a baby to death because they are incapable of any action that would make that a necessary consequence. Why do you
Okay,
think it
let me
is fair?
respond. Let me respond. There is
Well,
a
Joe,
chapter.
before
Yes.
you respond, I
Yes.
want you to respond to what I'm saying. I don't want you to just start saying a bunch of random bullshit. Is that something
Mm-hmm.
you're capable of doing?
Okay.
Respond to what I just said. Don't bring in random shit that nobody's talking about. And go.
Okay. You want me to respond?
Do you want me to reiterate what I just said so you can listen and then properly respond to what I'm saying?
Yes, I heard the verse he was reading. I was listening. I
But did you
understand.
hear what I said about why I think it's unjust?
Okay, now what I wanna say, the same Bible say when God used to punish his people, he punished even on the third generation. Do you know the third generation means? There is a born in the first generation and the second and the third. He used to punish even on the third generation when people used to disobey.
I
And
also
You
think
know,
that's
Joe,
that
unjust, but
Is
that
it
also
just a
contradicts Ezekiel, and it also is not what is occurring in 1 Samuel 15:3.
Joe, I just put you on mute because I asked you to respond to what I said. Do you think that anything you just said was a response to what I said prior? Or are you bringing up random shit that nobody was talking about? I'm
so
asking
I
you very
understand.
nicely to engage with the conversation and respond to what I just said. I don't want you to bring up other things that nobody has talked about. Respond to what I said.
Okay, repeat again the question.
I think it is unjust to put babies to death because there is nothing that a baby could do that would justify that consequence. Babies are not capable of evil. Babies are not capable of terrible actions. There is nothing that they could do that would make it just or fair to put them to death. Why do you think that it is fair?
Okay, for the baby, what I know, according my faith, when you die, you are a baby. It seem like you are innocent, but the baby, I think they go straight in heaven
are you
because
gonna
they
say they go to
didn't
fucking Jesus fucking Christ?
they didn't do anything wrong. You know,
So
when
I
they
can kill
die, they go
babies
to
because they go to
heaven.
heaven?
Wait, Joe
Yes, they
Mar.
go
Yeah,
to heaven.
Joe Mar, if I go and slaughter a bunch of babies right now, am I doing something that's just because they get to go straight to heaven?
Yes, this is what I know. The Catholic Church teaches us.
So you're
Baby
telling
is
me,
innocent.
you're telling me that I can go out myself, Arwen, I can walk to my neighbor's house where they have a little baby and I can put that baby to death and my action was just?
Also, to be clear, the Catholic Church does
Okay.
not.
Let me
Jomar,
respond by that.
Jomar,
Let me respond by that. Let
as an
me respond by
ex-Catholic,
this question.
Jomar,
According to the law,
as an ex-Catholic, I happen to know that the Catholic Church does not teach definitively that babies do in fact go to heaven. In fact, the historic position of the Catholic Church is that because if babies die without receiving baptism, which the Amalekite babies would not be baptized, they do not receive they do not receive the sacrament, and thus cannot enter into the beatific vision, and thus do not get to go to heaven. There's only certain Catholics today who teach they hope that babies will go to heaven, and they
Yeah, the
leave it in
Catechism
God's hands.
says. Yeah, the Catechism says that we can only hope.
Yeah,
But that's beside. I want Jomar to answer Arwen's question
Yeah.
as well.
yeah.
So if I went to my neighbor's house, my neighbor who lives right next door to me has a little baby. If I go to their house and I put their baby to death, did I do something that was just and fair?
Okay, what you do in that moment is not fair, is unfair because
Why? Why would
uh,
you say that?
yeah, here on earth, every country has a rules that will punish you according to your wrongdoing.
I
You
didn't
know,
ask what the I
it,
didn't ask what the laws were. I asked why is
yeah,
it
the country law
unfair?
will punish
Why
you.
would it be
But
unfair for me to put a baby to death? I
let me
didn't ask if it,
respond.
I didn't ask if it was against the law. I asked why would it be unfair?
Yeah, let me finish. The country law will punish you, and for
I
God,
did
if you
not
don't, let
ask
me
if it is
finish.
against, no, no,
Let me
you
finish.
cannot finish. No, the answer is no. I did not ask you if it was against the law. I asked you if what I was doing was fair.
If
I
you
did
kill
not
neighbor
ask
baby
you what
is
the laws are.
if you kill neighbor babies or baby is unfair. Is
Why?
unfair.
And do not go into the law. Do not go into human laws. I'm asking you why it is unfair for me to go put my neighbor's baby to death.
Because
I understand that it would be against the law. That's not the question I'm asking you. I'm asking you why it would be unfair or unjust.
is unfair and just because morally in our conscience, will blame us because we have the rule of God in our conscience. When you do something wrong, your conscience blame you before even the country law.
I think I've found a prompt that no Christian on earth can engage with. I
Let
think
me
I
ask you.
found it. I've done what nobody thought that I could do. I found a prompt that no Christian can just engage with in a genuine manner.
The ability of Christians to answer a question directly has to be studied.
It's
I think
absolutely insane. Like
on TikTok, I feel like
I feel like I need to keep this prompt forever now because it just shows perfectly how none of them are willing to actually engage with it.
actually TikTok is a study of Christian behavior, whether we know it or not, because we are observing in real time the same processes over and over and over again. And to all the Christians in the comment, how do you justify your beliefs when you watch user after user after user after user come up and Arwen has to ask the same question 12 times and they just won't answer it? They have so much to say and they want to preach and they want to talk and they want to tell you all about their religion and they won't answer simple questions. Why?
Like I'm really frustrated, but at the same time, I think this is fantastic because it just shows very obviously to all the 200 people in here, not one single Christian that I have tried to talk to about this is willing to actually engage in a genuine way. They just want to obfuscate, they want to pivot, they want to change the topic, they want to preach. I think this is honestly a very good prompt, even though it is upsetting me. The lack of being able to have any kind of conversation is upsetting, but I do think this is great. Tidge,
What's up?
are you above the age of 18?
Yeah.
I hear a noise. I think it might be you, Bible guy. I just muted you. I think God is unjust. When I say unjust, what I essentially mean is he is not fair. He does not give everybody what they are owed. What would you say about that? Do you agree with that definition?
I guess I agree with the definition of unjust, but I think
That it
God
is not fair?
sure.
Sweet. And do you think God is just or unjust?
I think God's pretty fair.
Could you get a little bit closer to your mic? I can hear you, but just like not as loud as I
Yeah,
wish.
I think he's pretty fair. I think he's pretty fair.
All right. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I have.
It's okay if you haven't. It's okay. Like you can just say that you haven't. I promise. I promise if the answer is no, I haven't read the Bible, we won't laugh.
Yeah, I read the
Have you
Bible.
read it? Sweet. So I'm talking right now, I'm talking about 1 Samuel 15:3, when God commands the genocide of an entire people group, including the infants and the babies. I don't think that there is anything just about putting an infant and a baby to death because there is nothing that they could do that would warrant that. Babies are not capable of evil, they are not capable of heinous acts. The worst thing that a baby could do is like shit its pants and cry really hard, which I do not think is worthy of death. What are your thoughts on that?
Thoughts on what?
Putting babies to death. Do you think that's just?
Of course not. No.
So when God commands babies to be put to death, would you say of course not? That's not just. God did an unjust thing.
God never did that. That was Moses.
Is this
No,
just,
God commands it in 1 Samuel 15:3. I can read it to you. This is
you know,
God speaking.
you
Now
know that
go and
verse?
attack Amalek and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle and sheep, camels and donkeys. So now that we have read the verse and we know that God did say that, do you think it was just that he said that?
That was somebody saying that God said that. That wasn't God saying that.
This
So
isn't
are you
what,
saying the Bible is wrong?
I'm saying someone interpreted God's word and said that God said that. Are you not
So you're
understanding?
saying that the Bible is wrong. When the Bible says that God was the one who said that, you're saying that the Bible was wrong?
The Bible's saying what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
No. The Bible is saying that God told this to, I don't know, who was it, Saul or Samuel or somebody, and then he repeats it. He repeats it to the Israelites. The Bible affirms that this is the Lord speaking.
Who told the
Would you say
Israelites to
that the
do it?
Bible is wrong?
Who told the Israelites to do it?
The prophet.
Boom. There you go.
The prophet it says in the Bible that the prophet
How does
was
it feel
told
lose?
by God to do
You
that.
just
Are
lost. How
you
does it feel
saying the
lose?
Bible is wrong?
yeah,
How does it
Tidge,
feel
can you
lose?
just engage? Are you saying the Bible
How
is
does it feel
wrong?
lose? How does it feel to lose? You just lost. You
Oh
just admitted
God,
that the prophet said it. How does it feel to lose?
Deathless Light
Oh my
Junior.
God.
How does it
Tidge,
feel to lose?
Tidge, can you stop crashing out? You either have committed yourself to
How
saying
does it
that
feel to lose?
you've either committed yourself to saying that the God character is unjust by what
You
they
already lost.
did. Dude, engage. Or you've committed yourself to saying that the Bible is wrong. You've got to pick one of those two. Either the God character is unjust because you already agreed that that
Spam
action is
lost again.
unjust, or the God character or the Bible is straight up
Spam,
wrong. So which one is it?
your spam,
Let her respond.
your yeah, your spam unity.
So which one is it?
Because you won't
You already
shut the
lost.
fuck up, Tidge.
You also won't engage. You're
Hold on.
totally running.
You trying to be rude?
So, Tidge, which one
Yeah,
is it?
shut up. Actually, no, I'm just going to read 1 Samuel 1 through 3 so you can see what the Bible says. Can you guys make sure he's mute napped while I read this? This is 1 Samuel starting at verse 1. Samuel said to Saul, I am the one the Lord sent to anoint you king over his people Israel. So listen now to the message from the Lord. From who? From the Lord. From who? The Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty says. This is what the Lord Almighty says. I will punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel when they waylaid them as they came up from Egypt. Now go and attack the Amalekites and totally destroy blah, 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 blah. We've read that part. So in 1 Samuel 15, it affirms that this is what the Lord says, not one time, but 2 times. I will repeat it to you again.
Okay.
I am the one who the Lord sent to anoint you king over his people Israel. So now listen to this message, so now listen to the message from the Lord.
Okay,
The
so you're admitting,
Lord.
so you're admitting,
This is what the Lord Almighty says.
And to be clear, this isn't just the prophet Samuel saying that God is speaking to him. If you continue to read on in the text in verse 10, it affirms that God actually was speaking to him. It says in verse 10, the word of the Lord came to Samuel. I regret that I made Saul king, for he has turned back from following me and has not carried out my commands, because Saul didn't do what the prophet said. So the text itself affirms that the word of the Lord came to Samuel and affirmed the commandment that Samuel told Saul previously in this chapter.
So
is God
Tidge,
unjust?
now that we have spoon fed your Bible to you,
can I
are
respond?
you saying that the Bible is wrong?
I never said why you keep asking me that dumb question? I
You
never
did
said the
say
Bible is
that.
wrong.
You said that God never said that, and we just read the Bible verses to you that affirms that God did say that.
Can I
So
respond?
are you going to maintain your position that the Bible is wrong?
Never made the claim the Bible's wrong. Can I respond?
Yes, you did.
Teach.
Why you
Yes,
strawmanning me?
yes
Why
or
you
no,
lying?
does 1 Samuel 15 affirm that the Lord was speaking to Samuel?
That is somebody saying the Lord spoke
No,
to him.
no, no. The narration.
No.
Is the narration correct when it says that the word of the Lord came to Samuel in verse 10? Is that a true statement or a false statement?
Okay. No one's denying.
Answer fucking directly. Just answer directly, you running little
Okay,
coward.
I'm going to read to you 1 Samuel 15 verse 10, and you
You
tell
won't
me
even
if
let
this
me
is,
respond. You won't
and
even
you
let me
tell.
respond.
I'm going to read first Samuel 15 verse 10, and then you will give us the statement true or false. The word of the Lord came to Samuel. Is this a true statement or a false statement?
Yeah, God spoke to Samuel all the time.
Okay, so, and when God said, I regret that I made Saul king, for he has turned back from following me and has not carried out my commands, that command is given in 1 Samuel 15 verse 3, correct?
By Samuel, yep. By
So,
Samuel, yep.
so Samuel was dictating the command of God.
No, you're not tracking. Okay.
So the Bible's wrong.
Jesus
So the
Christ.
Bible's wrong.
So you are affirming your position that you think the Bible is wrong. Proceed. Let him come off mute, and we're going to let him tell us why he thinks the Bible was wrong.
Respond? Yeah, nobody said the Bible's wrong. I'm saying
You did.
I'm saying your interpretation of the Bible's wrong. So if I'm allowed to respond, I can refute everything you said, right? So you're saying you read the verse. I'm telling you that Samuel said the Lord came to him and said these words. So you proved my point. Samuel said. So Samuel gave the command to the Israelites.
Not
So
Samuel.
it's not
The
God.
text.
It's not
The
God
text.
speaking.
No, it's not
Samuel
Samuel.
speaking.
No, the text says that Samuel was receiving words from God. You weren't listening, were you?
Does the verse say that Samuel gave the command to the Israelites?
Wait. It says,
Does it
hold
say that
on.
it
It
gave the
says,
command to the Israelites?
this is what, now listen to this message from the Lord. This is what the Lord
Who's
Almighty
giving the
says.
message? Who's giving the message?
This is what the Lord Almighty says.
Who's giving the message?
Do you think that
Answer the
is
question.
true
Who's
or
giving the message?
false?
She did just
Do you
answer the
think that is
question.
true or
Who's giving the
false?
message?
She just answered that question.
Who's giving the message?
She just answered that question.
Okay, Tidge, I'll
Who's
spoon
giving
feed.
the
I'll spoon feed it
Who's
to you
giving the
again. I'll spoon feed it to you again.
No. We need to keep a tally. So I've now spoken to 4 or 5 Christians that are unwilling to engage. I'm keeping a tally.
I thought
1,
I
2,
made it.
3, 4, 5.
I thought I made it very simple. Like verse 10 affirms, not Samuel saying this, but just the text says that the Lord spoke to Samuel.
I love when they say, "Have you read the Bible?" Yes, and then they have no idea what the fuck it says. She's like, "Well, it says this. It doesn't say that." Yes, it does. How does it feel to lose, Tidge? You tell us.
When you win debates, you always have to spam it in the chat so everybody knows. That definitely shows us that you are confident that you won. But okay, I am now on five Christians that are completely unwilling to engage with this topic. Let's see how many more Christians just flat out won't engage. Hi, 2.
How's it going?
What? Can you say something?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. How are you over the age of 18?
Yes, I'm 33.
All right. And I think that God is unjust. When I say the word unjust, I am essentially saying that he is unfair. Would you agree that unjust equals unfair?
No, because we're human. We're not God. We don't live in that same aura
Not what
as
she fucking
God. So,
asked you. Not what she
So
asked. Does unjust mean
what is
unfair?
okay, that's fine. What is your definition of unjust?
please,
Or
woman,
what is
please,
your definition? What is
equality.
your definition of
Can you keep your
sorry.
woman in his place?
I don't care about your whining and I don't care about your God. What does unjust mean
That's
to you?
fine. I understand you
Yeah,
don't. You're a
what
sodomite.
do
I
you
understand.
mean? What do you hear when I say unjust? What does that word mean to you?
When it comes to God, I don't think I'm on the same playing
No,
field
no,
with
I'm not
God. So,
asking about when it comes to God. I'm just asking about, look, we can block that out. What does this word mean to you?
unfair.
So
Okay,
you
so when
agree
I
with her
said
definition?
fairness, when I said fairness and you told me no, why? Okay, let's move
Because
on
I
from
don't
that.
believe God is
We
unfair.
agree. Okay, but I didn't ask you that. I asked if you agreed with my definition. We hadn't even gotten to that point yet. We just were defining terms. So when I say the word unjust, you agree that that
Mhm.
means unfair?
Yes, I would agree. Yes.
Okay. I think God is unfair. I can tell that you don't agree with me. Would you like
hmm
me to give you an example of something unfair that God does in the Bible and we can talk about it?
Of course.
Okay. So we're going to go back to the same topic that we've been talking about the last guest and maybe the guest before. 1 Samuel 15:3. God
hmm
commands the slaughter of the whole Amalekite people, including the infants and the children. I
Right.
don't think that there is anything just about putting infants to death because there is nothing that an infant can do that is worthy of death. They cannot do evil, they cannot do heinous acts. They are just infants, hardly even autonomous at that point.
If I unalive your
What?
parents and then later on you grow up and understand that I unalived your parents, would you have a disdain towards me?
So he killed them for crimes they
Um,
will commit in the future?
Yes.
Gross.
so
Doesn't
how
God
is
know all things?
killing someone for a crime that they have not committed justice to you?
And to be
Because
clear,
you're not. That's the difference between you being a mere sheer human and him being a God who knows all. So you are a human.
Yeah,
You
but
would
look,
Uh-huh.
never understand.
Yeah,
look,
we
hold
are
on. That's not in contention. What we're saying is that when we use the term
But you
just,
can
what we're
disprove what
just
I
calm down.
said.
Hold on. Look, I've been on mute this
Because
entire
if
time.
I
Just calm down.
unalive your parents,
Just calm
you'd be
down.
trying to unalive me later on.
Calm down.
cool,
Too
dude.
hot. We'll get to that in a second. When
Yeah,
we
now I
use the
Adding
need
term
him
your
to the tally.
when we use the term unjust, all we're
I'm not
saying.
a Christian. I'm a Hebrew.
Oh my God.
Stop with the fucking crash out.
Is
Jesus
it
Yashara.
fucking
possible for you to
Christ.
stop interrupting me? Okay, look, when we use the term unjust or justice, what we're saying is that this corresponds to fairness and impartiality and ensuring people receive what they are due, right? And when we say that in the instance of 1 Samuel 15:3, when Amalekite babies were slaughtered, what we're saying is that they received something for something that they did not do, and that's definitionally unjust.
They receive something that they would eventually do
So
because
all
But
of
it's
they
those
it
So
is
wait,
a
haven't
wait,
done
do
it
you believe in
natural.
free
yet.
It
will?
is throughout all of
Do you believe in free
history.
will?
It is known.
Do you believe in free will?
So I believe in free
Okay, so
will.
they had
They
the
would have
free
had
will
the
to
free
not do those
will.
things, correct?
No, no, they would not have because they would have learned what the
Wait,
Israelites had done to
so
them
they
so they
didn't
and what
have
don't
the
free
have free
will?
will?
Amalekites did to the Israelites.
So
They
they
don't have
didn't
free
have
She
free
will.
read it. She read
so
it. That's why God
so they don't have free will. Is that what you're saying?
know how disgusting the Amalekites were.
Cool. We don't call babies
Hold
disgusting, right?
on.
Because they're innocent.
Wait. They
Are,
were
are
being
you saying that they don't have free will? They're going to
they
grow
were
up and
being raised
become,
to
they're going to grow up.
unalive
Calm,
the other. You
dude, just fucking
don't
relax.
know the customs of
They're going to grow
the
up and
Amalekites.
dude, calm the fuck down.
This is fantastic. I
This is
love
what,
this
Oh,
prompt.
it is
guess six in
I
a row?
love this prompt.
right.
So you're making the
Talk
suggestion that these kids are all
to
going to
a
grow up to
Christian.
be, they're
Talking to
all
a
going
Hebrew.
to, dude, we don't
This
fucking care. They're all going to grow up to become murderers. So God has to preemptively kill them and they don't have free
you
will.
have
They don't
a
have the
judgment
free
coming.
will to. They don't have the free will. Dude, can you just fucking relax?
Alive,
Jesus
save
fucking
my
Christ.
people.
He's not capable of having
Okay.
an adult conversation.
I added him to my tally like this almost like 1 minute into him being up here.
Anyone in the guest request?
I'm going to add this extra jab. You're not a Hebrew. Stop stealing other people's culture. It's
Oh,
cringe.
you should have asked
Equality.
him to speak Hebrew.
Yeah.
Equality, I think that you should use this prompt on your own lives, because you have told me multiple times, or like told us, that one of your main goals is to kind of just let the Christians come up and let them show their own ass. And
Yep.
I feel like this prompt does exactly that.
Will you send it to me in the chat?
Yes, sir. Or yes, they, them.
I will take sir. It's fine. I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. Okay, so what did that do? Was it nothing? Also, yeah, this background is perfect. They will either just say you couldn't possibly understand the definition of the word just, or try to say that their version of just is different. They'll try to suggest that morality is different between us and God. Only like twice have you been able to actually get to like, here's a story in the Bible.
And even when I do that, they can't engage. Like there has not been one Christian that I have spoken to yet on this live that has engaged all the way through. At some point, whether it be the very beginning or very soon after, they just have to disengage and obfuscate and become disingenuous and just straight up lie. It seems like the viewers like it, because I got 250 people in here. So let's just keep the ball rolling, you guys. I see someone in the comments or someone in the request who is just here. Hang out for a little bit and maybe we'll let you back up so you can crash out some more. But for now, we're going to bring up people who have not yet obfuscated. Elias.
I mean, oh shit, sorry. Am I on live?
You are on live. Do you want me to
Oh
kick
wow,
you?
I went AFK. No. I do want to speak.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're here.
So wait, what is? I mean, I used to do apologetics. So yeah, what's up? Are you trying to say that God is unjust, or?
I don't know.
It
What
is-
would give you that? What would give you that idea?
That is literally what the background says, so maybe.
Reference is something that you would think God is like. Is there something specific?
Can we first just get clear on a term here? Like, do you agree when we use the term injustice that what it's picking out is justice would be fairness, impartiality, and ensuring people receive what they are due? Do you agree that that is what justice means?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay.
I guess
We
my
need to be
definition-
operating under the same definition in order to be talking, to ensure we're not talking past each other. So if we agree on that definition, then we can provide examples as to why we think God is not exhibiting those, properties.
Can we agree on as well that like, there's like life is good and evil. Like there's no like perfection. Like there's no perfection. So like there's always gonna be some unfairness in life.
Well, sure, we can maybe
But
even
we're
agree on
talking
that.
about
I'm not-
unfairness in God, though.
Well,
Yeah,
right.
like
I
it's,
just wanna-
it's irrelevant to whether or not God acts in unjust ways.
Listen, I'm for you guys. Like I don't condemn anyone. I'm just here to hope you would see my perspective.
I condemn your God because he's
what's your
he's
perspective?
unfair and unjust.
Like your God does a bunch of evil shit in the Bible. What would be your perspective on that?
Okay, like give me an example, man.
Wait, equality. We're not saying evil. We're saying unjust.
Unjust. Fair. Yeah, he unalives 42 children with a bear attack because they made fun of a bald man.
Okay, so you're talking about the preacher that. Okay, so do you want me to talk about it a bit? Okay, so basically what happened is there's no definition where they died. They did get mauled, and when you look into what mauled means, it's nothing to do with death. So they did get attacked.
Words don't mean words. Okay.
Listen, bro. I did apologize. Hold on, bro. I'm not somebody who's a simpleton. Like I've done apologetics for 2 years, so I'm not I'm not here to like throw things out without knowing or without
That
saying.
doesn't even really matter. We can agree to the definition of maul, meanings a wound coming from an animal. Why do you think
Yeah.
it's just to wound children
So,
via animals
so
because they made fun of a bald guy?
okay, so I'll explain the story. He was traveling a
We
long
don't
journey.
need to hear the story. We know the story. We just want to know why you
So,
think it was just.
because they had evil in their heart, they followed him around and
So
called
those
him
children were
bald.
evil and they were deserving to be mauled by bears.
Evil
They were
children.
listen. You are held accountable after age 7.
So evil children should be mauled by bears.
Let's look at the government system right now. You're
No,
still
no,
held.
no, no. We're talking about God. Stop running. Stop.
I'm
Not
not.
just you, all of you.
Listen, what? Okay, so restate your point.
How
So-
are the children evil?
The children made fun of a bald man. That's their crime.
So
They
if a
called him-
child, okay, so okay,
No. They made fun of a bald man.
I think it's evil, and I'll tell you why I think it's evil. Because
So you think children who made fun of a bald man should be mauled by
he
bears?
wasn't a bald man. He was God's preacher going in between the
Not what
most.
I'm fucking asking you. Focus. You think that children who made fun of a bald dude, that's their crime, that's what they did, should be mauled by bears, and that is just.
What I'm saying is, I understand it from God's perspective. I'm not looking at it from a humanistic perspective. You understand?
Cool,
because
you're
if,
psychotic.
No,
You're
if
fucking
we look
psychotic.
at it, hold on. You have to let me explain myself, man. Okay, so
I
God
have
is
to
the
let you
highest.
explain why you think children should be mauled by bears? I don't think I do. I don't think I do
God.
have to let you explain that. I think it's fucking psycho.
So, okay, bro. Give me a chance to speak, and then you could belittle me all you want. I'm on a call. Hold on. So what I'm trying to say to you is this: they did not die. Number one, and God sent someone who is very
Real
pure,
quick,
and
one
someone who is
second,
very
one
pure.
second, one second. How do you know they did not die?
And how do you know that they did?
No, I'm asking you the question.
And
I don't know why you're
it
answering.
does. This doesn't matter.
Elias,
This does
you
not
made a
matter.
positive claim, right?
No, look.
This
look,
is this.
hold
You
up,
could
this
assert
isn't-
what you want. I could assert what I.
Stop.
I'm not it.
This is not a trick question. I'm just asking. You've already given a reason, and I'm probably okay with it. Why do you think they did not die?
Because I just believe that they didn't die. I think God was trying to teach them a lesson.
Okay. So then that reason is insanity. You didn't do apologetics for 2 years and come here with that reason.
I think you're kind of speechless because I've given you a perspective that
No, I'm
you
not
can't challenge.
speechless. Look, I'm not speechless as evidenced by the fact that I'm literally saying words. Okay? When you say it is the thing because I feel like it, that's not apologetics. That's you just saying shit. Like
So let's go to
I
let's
don't know
go
why you're
online
talking.
and type.
I do not know why you're talking right
Let's
now.
go to the dictionary
Stop
and type what
talking.
maul means.
Stop talking.
Okay? If you wanna.
Stop talking.
Also, what
This
would
is-
happen to a child that is mauled by 40? What would happen to children that are mauled by?
So they were
42 bears.
What
Well,
would happen? No, 42
bears.
children.
No, hold on.
42
This
children,
is
3 she bears? Sorry, I'm getting mixed up.
But look,
Elias-
I just want to illustrate a point, and this is the dishonesty of apologetics, right? I'm not even disagreeing with Elias. I'm just asking for the reason that he doesn't believe. Like, he's already said it. He just doesn't want to repeat it because he thinks I'm giving him a trick question, and I'm not. I just want to know why you believe that the children didn't die.
I believe because I know God is a righteous God.
Cool. God kills loads of babies in the Bible. This is just one example.
Hold on. So let's do this. Let me erase the dishonesty from the conversation. The reason is because, and I'm just going to give you the reason, the original reason you gave, which is perfectly reasonable, is because you said that the text says mauled and it doesn't say they died.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
that's
yeah,
the
we're
original
getting
reason you gave.
we're getting specific here. Like I told you, if you want,
Well,
we
I'm
could
looking
go-
for a reason that isn't nonsense, right? Like you just saying, I know God and he's righteous. That's literally begging the question, right?
bro.
Stop talking. Wait. Stop. Get your emotion out of the conversation. I'm not emotional. You stop being emotional. Is the reason that you gave, let's just be clean, is the reason that you gave because the text doesn't say that they died.
Sorry, dude, my mic was muted. What did you say?
I'll lay it out for you. If your reason, if you came up here and you spoke to everybody on the panel and you said the reason that I don't believe that the children died is because I feel like it, they would have laughed you off the stage, and you know that, right?
No, because-
don't
Okay.
say anything. Don't say anything.
Alright.
And you know that because if I told you that I feel they died because I think God is a piece of shit, you would laugh me off the stage, rightfully so. So what you did was you offered an analysis at first. Is that correct? When you
I'm
said
up.
it does, the text doesn't say they died. I know that the text says mold, and mold doesn't mean died. That is
Exactly.
what you said. Okay, cool,
Simple.
cool. That makes sense.
Right.
Now, how do you know that they had evil in their hearts?
I mean, bro, first of all, children are defined from different ages. They were probably around age 12. No,
I don't.
no
I didn't
seven,
ask you about.
no
I'm not asking.
7-year-old kid
I'm
is
not
gonna be
asking. This is
following.
the. Here's the thing. I want the chat to know this. Apologetics turns your brain into tomato soup, specifically the tomato soup from Panera Bread.
All
I
right,
didn't
bro.
ask you about
All right.
ages. I didn't ask you about ages. I asked you, how do you know they had evil in their heart?
Bro, we all from age 7, we all have. Dude, a child could lie to you and all. You know, a 4-year-old could, a 5-year-old could lie to you. I'm just letting you
If
know.
a
But
child
okay,
lies to you, should a bear
okay.
maul them?
So,
Dude, you're
wait.
false
Let me,
equivocating. I'm coming back to Jeff. Go
Elias.
ahead, Jeff.
How am I
Elias.
false
Go ahead,
Elias.
Jeff.
equivocating
Well,
to
Go
the
ahead, Jeff.
it's
exact
okay.
action that the God character
Go
takes?
ahead, Jeff. Make your point.
Look, it's okay. I'm not asking you about all children, because if you're saying all children have evil in their hearts, then you are saying what equality is saying, which is all children should be mauled by bears. I don't think
They
you
have.
believe that.
They have. So okay, they have potential for evil. We're
I agree.
humans.
Look,
Okay, we all have.
insofar as I don't believe in evil, but I'm going to just internally critique this, right? You believe that there is evil and there's potential for evil. I'm not asking you about
Yeah,
potential for evil because nobody needs to be mauled for potential for evil. I'm asking you about how you know that these children had evil in their hearts.
bro, they're following this old man for miles,
Uh
laughing at
huh.
him, saying he has a bald head. Is that not evil?
Did they
Tell me,
tell me if they did this? Did they do anything as evil as having this man mauled by bears? Did they do anything that evil?
dude. It's about discipline and justice, dog.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
bro. Like if I
You're trying to
insulted you,
say
if
that these
I
children
insult,
followed a
listen,
man
listen.
and
God
made
is
fun
not
of
a
him,
robot,
and
bro.
that
You
that
think
makes
God
them
is?
evil,
You
and
think
that
God
by
is a
virtue of
robot, bro?
following a man and calling him bald, that their evil needs to be punished with a mauling by bears?
Dog. So
Real quick. How do you know they were following him for miles?
sorry, my mic was
You
muted.
also just keep making up the story.
No, there it was. He traveled. He was a traveler preaching. It's not like he walked like 1 centimeter. He had to
Somebody,
travel.
Yeah,
They
and he went
followed
to
him.
one town and they said, "Get out of here, Baldy."
yeah, this is
There's
Second
nothing in the
Kings
story
what?
about them
No,
following him from town to
what do you
town.
think a town is? A town isn't like, bro. A
Stop,
town,
Elias,
bro. Come on,
Elias,
man. It's miles.
Elias,
There's miles in
Elias,
towns. What do you
There's
think?
Elias.
nothing in the story that suggests that they follow him from
Hold
town to
on.
town. These are
Okay, a
children
town is
in
just one
a
house, bro.
town.
You're right.
Take a deep breath, Elias. You don't want. Remember that you don't want me to just say they
A,
died.
a
Stop
town
talking.
is a
Stop.
town is.
Elias,
Sorry.
when you're doing this, all you're telling me is that you have no self-control. I'm trying to make this very straightforward. You don't want me to say the children died because typically when you get mauled by bears, you die. This isn't the Revenant, right? You don't want me to say that because the text didn't say it. So now you've made two assertions. Number one that you can't uphold that they had evil in their hearts, and number two that they followed him for miles. Neither of
Listen,
those are in the text, correct?
I'm getting muted. Sorry, I didn't realize. You see, you're emotionally reasoning. Logically, what maul means does not mean death. So anything past that,
Holy
I'm gonna
Is
have
shit.
to.
mauling
I've
children
already
I'm
good?
going
agreed.
to have to put you
Hey,
on the
Is
spot.
mauling
Elias,
children good in any
hold on, hold on,
capacity,
hold on,
whether
hold
it's
on,
from an
hold on,
adult
hold
or
on, hold
from
on, hold
a
on.
bear?
I don't
Is
want him to run
mauling
away
a
from this.
child a good
Once
thing?
equality, I swear to you, I'm gonna get him there. I
I
don't
argue
want
with.
him to run away from this because he's gonna crash out every time you
I'm
bring it up.
not.
You are because you have. Listen, very simple. I don't care about the mauling. I've already agreed with you. I only brought it up to illustrate the fact that you don't want me to make that reasoning. So now I'm illustrating the direct point in the reverse. The text doesn't say they followed him for miles, and the text doesn't say they had evil in their hearts. Am I correct?
So okay, so let's
Just a
make
simple
we have to
just a
make
simple yes or
assertion, right?
no. Nope.
We have to
Just a
make.
simple just
So what was the first one?
nope,
What was
nope,
the first point?
nope. A simple yes or no.
I didn't hear the first point.
The text doesn't say they followed him for miles, correct?
Correct,
The text doesn't say they had evil in their hearts, correct?
bro. Correct.
Okay, good. So now here's what's going to happen. Now I'm glad we got there in the end. This is too simple. If you can make an inference about the miles and the evil, I'm going to go on mute. Everybody else now has license to make an inference about the death due to mauling.
Elias, is
so they
mauling
displayed an
children good?
act of evil. That's what they did. They displayed an act of evil. Did they not?
Cool. Is mauling
Yeah.
children with bears an act of evil?
No, not if it's justified. Because let
You're
me
so
ask you this:
gross.
Do
You're
you have
so
a
fucking
child? Do you
gross.
have a child, buddy? If your child does
Kevin,
something wrong, you're gonna say it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not going to maul them with bears.
Are you? Listen to me. I grew up in the
I don't know.
Caribbean, bro. Listen to me. I was a stubborn child growing up in the
I don't give
Oh
a
Caribbean.
my
fuck.
god.
We're not going to pretend that healthy parenting involves punishing children and that somehow equivocates
I got,
to mauling children with bears. It doesn't. Also,
bro.
these children's crime was making
I
fun of a bald man.
I have a child and she does do things that I don't like sometimes. I actually just had to get after her yesterday about something that she did. I would never dream of punishing her via animal attack. What?
Listen,
so
Elias, I'm going to give you exactly what you want here. Okay. I have two nephews. They are coming of age. They're getting to that age where making fun of people through just brutal honesty, right, is a thing that they are learning to do. Okay. Cool. If they come up to me and they go, "Hey, Uncle Jeff, you're super fat. Go away because you're super fat." Do you think it would be cool for me to find the nearest zoo and throw them in the bear pit because they said some evil shit?
obviously, obviously not. Though.
Even if all I wanted them to do was get mauled a little bit and I pulled them out, they live.
But are you God? Is the question.
So is the morality of an action dependent on whether you do it or God does it?
It is definitely. You cannot. You
Cool.
cannot.
You're a
You cannot
psychopath.
abort anyone's life. You do not dictate anyone's life. Only God.
Cool. You're a psychopath. You don't know what morality is. You have obedience.
Only
and
God. God.
You have allegiance. Don't preach, dude. You have allegiance to a sociopathic serial killer of a character who is totally unjustified in all of her violent actions. And you just say, but she's God. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The morality of an action doesn't change based on who does it. And if Jeff mauling his nephews to death with bears is unjustified, so is God's. Please stop pretending that you don't know that. Stop pretending that you don't get it. It's very maddening. Is it going to be defending mauling children with bears?
Dog, this is not. This is defending God. Dog. I'm not defending the wrong act of our children. They went. They judged the guy and laughed at him and mocked him, traveling across the town.
Children will make fun of people.
Let's
Right, and God will maul people. Right,
and God will maul people. Which one in that story?
If you think it's okay,
I think it's
for God.
Cool. You're a psychopath. You're just an absolute fucking
Elias,
psychopath.
Children are psychopaths too.
Elias,
Right.
Children who make fun of people are psychopaths.
Yes.
No.
Hold on, Elias. I don't think that it's okay for children to make fun of people, but I think that a 0 to 1 here is nuts, right? Like, if there are children making fun of people, there's so many other things you can do, like tell them, "Hey, don't do that. That's not cool." But we'll put that to the side. We're
Bro,
talking
okay,
about, I don't know why it is that you're talking right now. Look, I'm being really nice. Normally, I'm gonna tell you, and Arwen, nod if you agree with this. Normally, I'm a bit of an asshole when it comes to stuff like this. Like I'm a pit bull, right, Arwen? Aren't I?
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know that I would call you an asshole. You're definitely direct and to the point.
Yeah, like I'm not.
But
this
I mean, if you
nice
want me to nod
most
in
of the
agreement,
time.
I will. Yes, massive a-hole. Fuck that guy.
Because listen, I don't have patience for stupidity, but like when we are talking about the definition of just, if you're saying that justice means one thing when God does it, right, and then it means a whole separate thing when everybody else does it, then we're talking about two different words. You should use a different word. It's the same thing.
Can I ask you a question? If your child touched like a flaming fire, are you gonna blame God for that?
No, I don't believe in God. Why would I
No, I'm
believe
just
God?
gonna have them mauled by bears.
No, but this is the like I don't understand. Like pain, like to me, like if you grew up in the medieval times, like and if you are a very manly person, like you have to go through some pain in life, right? You can't just be like a cry baby for everything. You understand?
Wait,
right?
we're not talking about.
does this have to do with
I don't know how
anything?
you're. I don't know how you're.
What I'm saying is like
I
you're
don't know
so
how you're equating these
sensitive to
things.
kids getting scratched or hurt, but you know, like
Mauled
why are you so
by
sensitive
bears?
to that, dog?
Can
Like
you
if God
let me
wants to
stop?
do that, so be it.
Can you
Elias.
please stop trying to minimize mauling someone with bears?
I am
Like,
not. This is
you're
your
like
Elias.
you have to be man. You have to toughen up. He mauled children with bears. You fucking psycho. Stop pretending. Stop trying to minimize.
You're acting.
Stop trying to minimize a bear attack, you jackass. You're aware that mauling children with bears is wrong. You know that.
Have you ever been to the zoo, Elias?
Yes, I have. Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Do you have children, Elias?
No, I don't.
Nieces, nephews, any children that you?
Yes, yeah. I have niece and nephew. Yeah.
Let's say one of them fell into an enclosure full of rabbits. What would you be worried?
No, I will not.
I think you know where this is going. Let's say they fell into an enclosure with a bear. Would you be worried?
If to answer your question, yes. But if it's under God's hand, no, I will not.
Everything is under God's hand. So I'm just asking, would you be worried? And if so, why?
No, I'm
Why
saying.
would you? Why would you be worried if they fell into a bear enclosure, but not if they fell into a rabbit enclosure?
Well, obviously, because bears are they have the potential to literally their strike from their paw will literally demolish you, dog. Like one strike, like you're gone.
When bears go to maul someone, do they usually exhibit self-control? Like there was a clip I saw of a kickboxer saying that like you can hold a pad and they'll kick you at 10%, 20%, 40, just to see how much you can take. Right? It's some weird thing that you can do to see if you just to get a sense of what like MMA fighting is like. I don't know why regular people would do this, but do bears do that? Do bears go like, I'm going to swipe at you at 10% now?
A lot of statistics that we see is when someone gets mauled by bears, they live. Not everyone dies. You have to know how to. You have to know how.
I can't fucking listen to you pretend that 42 children being mauled by bears is like, but they didn't die. You fucking psycho.
Also, he literally just fucking said, I don't know if you guys caught that face that I was making. He was maintaining this whole time that mauling by bear does not definitionally mean that they died. But then literally a minute ago, he goes, one hit by the bear and you're done. You're dead. So what the fuck is it? Did they get mauled by bears and not die? Or is it one hit by a bear and it's game over? He said both things during this live.
Also, his defense of God's action of mauling children with bears is like, toughen up, kids. You can't be soft. God's just sending bears to maul you. It's fine.
Oh my God. Jeff, I don't know how long you've been here prior to coming up on this panel in Scientific Snitch, but this is the best prompt I've ever made because we have not, like, that person that you were just talking to was the closest we have gotten to actual genuine engagement from a Christian this entire time. Like, it's bad. They refuse to engage with this.
This background is like their fucking kryptonite.
I love it. I didn't realize what I was doing when I did this, but I love what's happening now. And I have so many people in the request just to, like, none of them are going to engage. None of them will because none of them have.
Wait, is there anyone in the guest request right now that you know what the word just means? You're not going to pretend that you don't, or that atheists can't have a valid inference for what justice is or what morality is. You do know the Bible and you have an actual legitimate, I can engage in this discussion conversation. Anyone?
Broski is saying, I'm here, me, let me go.
Okay,
let's
let
see
them try.
let's see what happens.
Also, hey, Snitch.
Hey.
Hello. Is my screen glitchy for you guys? Okay, never mind. It's back to normal.
Hello.
Hi, Broski. Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm 18. I'm actually 19, but
Sweet.
close.
And do you know what we mean? You've been listening for a while, so do you know what we mean when we say unjust, or do you want us to define that word for you?
Yeah, I understand. Unjust, basically unfair. I get it.
Yeah, essentially. Okay, so we think, us on the panel here, think that there are things that God does in the Bible that we would consider to be unjust or unfair. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. The ones you named, from what I heard, was killing babies and also mauling children when Elisha called down a bear.
Now,
Well,
for
we
both
don't
of
even
them,
need to
for the
go into the
first one,
specifics of it yet. We don't even need to go into the specifics of it yet. Just generally speaking, is there anything in the Bible that God does that you would consider to be unfair? And then we can get into specifics.
well, for the most part of it, God even said himself that he decides who he will have mercy on and who he won't have mercy on. So if you are going to just use the term of unfair, many people would think that God is unfair, but I can explain further on why I think he is not unfair. But no, I don't think God has ever done anything unfair.
Okay, you don't think God is unfair. All right, so which
Yeah.
one did you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about both the babies and the bear thing. Which one would you rather talk about?
Honestly, I'll just talk about the bear and the babies one because I don't have any other thing.
The bears and the kid, the little boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the baby slaughtering was something different.
Yeah, I can talk about both if you want.
I would rather just do one at a time.
Okay, let's go with the bear
It gets
one.
too convoluted when we try to talk about multiple points at once. Let's just go one at a time. So you
Okay,
think
let me
that
go
it
with
is
the bear.
you think that it is just to have bears slaughter boys who have been bullying a bald guy? Why?
Well, for one, if we are going to use the English translation, the translation said children or boys, young men. But if you're actually going to use the Jewish translation, you realize that the text does not really say children. It says either, basically, the word used is either young men, basically teenagers or young adults.
I'll give you
But
a
it doesn't
better
necessarily
example.
say children.
Okay,
Right?
who gives a
Now,
fuck? Jesus Christ.
Look,
Is mauling people with bears justice?
look, I like to
okay,
roast people. I play the devil.
wait,
Hold on, hold
wait.
on. I'm gonna get. Hold on. I'm gonna make it easy. I'm 40. I'm 46 years old. I love roasting
Okay.
people. If I was to make fun of somebody for 10 whole minutes, would it be just for them to maul me with a bear?
Depends on who you are.
Broski,
Dep-
the Hebrew. Broski, can you tell me what the Hebrew is?
I don't remember the word, but I did the research and I realized that it
The
didn't
Hebrew
really say
word
children. It
is
meant okay.
na'arim ketonim, which na'arim
Okay.
means boys, lads,
Mhm.
youth, and
Are you
ketonim.
okay?
I'm very sure. And ketonim means little boys, little lads, little youths. These are children. The Hebrew, the scholars are correct when they translate this as little children.
Okay. Sure. Even if we take it as they were children. Now the reason why I said depends on who you are is this. Do you know the town in which the boys came out to mock Elisha? The town was Bethel, and Bethel is a town in Israel. Now, in case you didn't know, the God I serve is the God of Israel from that time period, even
Oh my
prior,
God, we didn't
right?
know. We didn't know that.
Okay,
That's so
good.
crazy. I'm
Now
so
you know.
glad that you told us because we had no idea that Yahweh was the God of Israel. Oh my
Okay, I
gosh.
understand. I'm sorry. Anyway, now who was Elisha?
A prophet.
Prophet, exactly. Prophet of who?
Your fake God.
Yahweh.
Yeah, exactly. Prophet of Yahweh, the God of Israel. Do you know the type of treatment that the Israelites used to give the prophets of God?
Can you just land your plane? Are you
I
trying to
don't
say
really
that these
care.
No,
kids?
We're talking
I want
we're
us to have a
talking
conversation.
specifically about this one thing. Can you engage with the point that
Yeah,
you picked? You were the one who
that is
said
what.
you wanted to talk about the Bears and you're
Yeah,
refusing
that
to
is
talk
exactly.
about the Bears.
That is what I'm doing. I'm setting up the stage before we talk about it.
Are you
Because if you're
trying
going
to
to use
say it
what,
was justified because he was a prophet of God and God's the shit?
listen to something. If you have 40, as you said, youths parading to come out to a prophet of God, telling him to telling him to go up, just as when Elijah
We
went
know
up.
the
Do you know
fucking
what it
story,
means?
dude. We know it.
Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means?
We know the whole fucking story. Cool.
Basically, what the children, as you said, what they were doing was basically trying to tell God, basically, to get out of their business. Do you
Okay,
understand
that's
that?
not what they're saying. They were telling a bald man to go away.
Listen.
But let's pretend it was. Let's pretend instead of saying go away,
Wait.
Let's pretend that
Finish.
instead of saying go
Can you
away.
wait? Can you?
let's pretend that instead of saying go away baldy, pretend that they said the Christian God, the God of the Bible, the Yahweh God, the God that you believe in fucking sucks. What if they said that? Would they be justified in being mauled by bears then? Can you just land your plane instead of trying to tell us a slow story that we already know? Let's say they were mocking God instead of calling a prophet baldy. And now what? You're on mute, dude. It's a button that looks like a microphone. You have to take yourself off mute.
Please read the sentence. That sentence where they were mocking Elisha. Read the whole sentence for me.
So they're mocking a
The
dude.
Bible.
Now
Read the
what?
whole sentence, please. Read the whole sentence. I want the audience to understand where I'm coming from.
Do you
Okay.
think that the audience is also biblically illiterate?
Listen, the sentence was this. Go away, body. Go up like Elijah, your master did. Do you understand what it means? Well, basically, what they were what they were saying was that Elisha, leave our business. Basically, God, who is the prophet.
And
so,
is there a point to
now,
this?
Yeah, the point is this. Let's go back to the time where God himself literally asked the Israelites, do they want to be his people? God gave them a choice. Do you want to be my people and do you want me to be your God, or do you want to be your own individual people? Then these guys said, yes, we want to be your people. So basically that means that now God is their God. They cannot cut away from him. He is their master. So if a master comes to you and is come to give you a rule and then you are sucking him away, what do you think? What do you think is the penalty? Don't you think it's be a punishment?
I'm anti-slavery, so I'm not about having a master. Cool. Is your long-winded rambling, does it have a fucking point? Are you just trying to say that
fine.
God's the master so he can behave
I'll go
badly?
with the point. Yeah, he's the master. He is the master of
This
their life.
is-
He has the
This is
decision.
very much so.
Get them
I
off.
just
Cool.
want you all to
So
know.
his authority makes bad behavior right.
I removed him. I
Yeah.
feel like we very accurately displayed that he was not willing to come up here and have a genuine conversation with us. And that's pretty much like the only, now that I've realized the power of this prompt, that's essentially the only thing I am trying to get out of these people, because not one of them will engage genuinely with what we have to say. They just want to bring up random shit that's not relevant to our point. And I think this prompt is doing a very good job. I love this prompt. I'm gonna give it a pat. Good job, prompt.
Want me to bring up another person?
Yeah, we're gonna bring up another person, but who we have quite a few people who want to come up here just to not talk about the prompt. It's really fun. Also, while I'm live, while we're waiting for someone to come up, while I'm live, I can check my DMs and things. There's a guy who is refusing to come up on this live and engage with us, but I'll show you I'll just give you a good little idea of what he's been sending to me in the DMs. And he's mouthing off in the comments still. I have 14 messages from this guy where he is literally just crashing the fuck out in my DMs.
Wait, what guy is he?
Crashing the fuck out. There he is, D-Swizzle type beat. That's the one. He's crashing out in my DMs and thinks he did something. D-Swizzle, please request up. We would love to talk to you. You are just the kind of Christian that we want for this prompt. But until then, we have Shiesty.
Hello.
Hi, are you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
This motherfucker's
Oh shit!
Christian.
Hold on. Let this guy crash out really quick, and then we'll go back to you, Shiesty. Hold on. D Swizzle, are you over the age of 18? You have to come off mute.
Yes, sir. I'm 24.
Oh, all right. It's crazy that you're 24
You said
and you're
Christian?
having
Let's talk about this.
It's
You said
crazy that
Christian?
you're 24
I
and having
destroyed the
meltdowns in my DMs. And having meltdowns on the panel. We would like to engage with you if that's something you're capable of. You're gonna have to come off mute and let me know if you are capable of having an adult conversation.
Embarrassing being 24 and acting like this.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't. I wouldn't have guessed 24. I would have guessed freshly 18. D Swizzle, you are gonna have to come off mute. It's the little button that looks like a microphone. And then, oh, he's typing in the comments. If you can type in the comments, you can see the little microphone button right by it.
Your dad. Can you imagine being 24 and behaving like a 13-year-old?
You
and
muted me.
thinking
Let's
you've done
talk here,
something?
children. Let's talk in the comments since you can't talk like adults. You want
We
to talk
don't
about
wanna
adults?
talk in the
You
comments.
can't handle reality. So let's talk like adults, children. I am God. and
Don't
welcome
mute
to
him.
my
Nobody
world.
mute him. Nobody. Oh, Bible guy. Nobody.
Hey, let's listen.
mute
I'm no
him.
Christian. I tore God's ass out of the fucking sky 2 weeks ago because you're right, bitch. I'm calling you right. This is new shit. That's why the world feels better now. And that's why you have this panel so confidently. So you're welcome.
You're embarrassing.
That's a lot,
Yes,
dude.
I'm fucking Baphomet, you children. Call me Dylan.
Have you... I'm Baphomet, call me Dylan. Have you considered trying, like, yoga?
Dylan?
Oh, you guys have no idea.
Have you considered therapy?
Have you considered reality?
Yeah.
That's what therapy's about, bud.
Yeah.
D Swizzle, what
brother.
do you mean when you say reality? What does that mean to you?
The world you live in every day, the world that allows you to live and the one that will cause your death.
Okay.
What
Do you want to talk about the prompt?
What D Swizzle
No
wants us to
problem.
know.
I already told you. I agree with you. I'm the new God. I just got here 2 weeks ago. I agree with you.
I got
I
you.
set Lucifer and all these other motherfuckers free because I agreed with all of them.
They're not hearing you, Swizzle. Let me translate because
Blade, listen, I'm gonna
listen. I speak fluent white guy who wants to be black. What he's trying to tell you is that he has not now, nor has
What
ever
I'm trying to
received any buns.
I'm
at
trying
all.
to
Buns
you
are
all must-
foreign to this person.
of your
That's
God
what he's saying.
suffer.
You kind of seem weak for a god, though, eh?
Somewhere out there, there's a man with a very large butterfly net chasing.
This is your karmic warning.
There's like a lot of squeaky voice and a lot of whining. You're not a very
muting because you
god.
lost the
Okay, I'm officially unconvinced that he is 18 or 24 like he claims to be. But I'm glad that we let that happen. Shiesty, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna be hard to follow that.
We think that God's unjust. Do you want us to give a definition of what we mean by that, or are you aware of what unjust means?
No, I've been watching. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, cool. So I don't want to talk about the Bears anymore. Boring. We've talked about it enough. I would like to talk about when God says that he's going to have David's concubines ripped out of their home ripped out of their home and taken in broad daylight by the neighbor as punishment for something David did. I don't think that it's just to punish somebody's wives for something that the husband did. What do you want me to read the verse, or where are you at with this?
Gotcha. Honestly, I haven't read that verse. I thought we were talking about the Bears and the Amalekites. That's my bad.
I'm bored of the Bears. I guess we can talk about the Amalekites if that's something that you are more knowledgeable on, but I'm over the Bears.
But the truth is, it doesn't actually matter. There's tons of stories in the Bible where the God character behaves badly. If you can address one of them specifically, any of the ones Arwen has talked about, or just address it in general.
Yeah, I could read to you the story of what I'm
even
talking
back
about
to
with
the
David
beginning.
and his wives, and then you could be aware of it too. Or we could talk about something that you already know about. But I'm done with the Bears. No more Bears.
Gotcha. If you go, same thing with the Amalekites, go back to Noah and the flood. I mean, that's kind of the same thing. He floods the entire earth.
Yeah, I'm fine with that one too. You can talk about Noah and the flood. What I made this prompt for was to talk about Jesus's sacrifice on the cross. That's extremely unjust that they punished an innocent man for the crimes of other people. So you could pick any of the things that we've just mentioned, not the Bears though. Which one would you like to talk about?
It doesn't matter. I feel like you can pick. It doesn't matter to me.
All right, then let's go. We can just do Amalekites because it doesn't seem like you're that interested in talking about David and his wives.
I haven't
So
read that
you know
yet.
about the Amalekite story, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm reading through the Bible. That's why I don't know about the other one yet.
So in the Amalekite story, essentially all that's really relevant to this is the Amalekites at some point in time they do a bad thing. And then at another point in time, pretty far afterwards, like hundreds of years later, God wants to punish them for it. And he commands a genocide of the whole people group, including the infants and the children. I don't think that commanding infants and children to be put to death could ever be considered just, because infants and children don't do anything that could be worthy of the death penalty. They're not capable of evil. So that's my stance on it. Do you think that it's just to command that infants and children be put to death?
That one was kind of tough. I'm gonna be honest. I struggled with this too, and then when I started looking
But do you
into it,
think but I didn't ask if you struggled with it. I asked if you think it's just.
yeah, I do.
So tell me why you think it's just to put innocent babies to death.
I think it's just because the other option would be that they're just, for one, he gave them 400 years to stop doing what they were doing and to leave, and I don't think that there would
Well,
ever
he
be
didn't
a
give the
time where
babies
the
400 years, did he? Because
yeah, well,
they're
yeah,
newborn
that's what I'm
babies. They
saying.
didn't
I
get
don't think
400 years to do shit.
I don't think that there would ever be a time where there wouldn't be babies there.
He didn't
I
have
didn't
to, but he
ask
chose
that.
to.
He very easily could have said, put the babies to death, or put everybody to death except for the babies, save the babies, and we will raise them up as one of our own. And we will
Or
tell the babies as they grow up what horrible, evil things their parents got up to, and the babies will be grateful that they were saved from that terrible fate and they were brought into God. That is something that God was capable of doing, but he chose to have them all slaughtered. Why do you think that's just?
Also, to be clear, God is also capable of just simply closing the wombs of all the women of Amalek so that they wouldn't have given birth for a certain period of time, so there would be no babies there to slaughter. And there's precedent for that in the book of Genesis. God does that all the time.
And just lastly, gave them 400 years to do what exactly?
To leave the land that they were in.
No, he
That's not why they got attacked, though. That's
I
not why
thought,
God wanted them all genocided. It wasn't because they were in a place that God didn't want them to be. I mean, the reason why really doesn't matter. We can just pretend like you're right, even though you're not. It really doesn't change anything about the justice of slaughtering little babies. We could agree right now that every single Amalekite adult was sacrificing babies and cannibalizing and doing all of the terrible things that some of the Christians will lie and say that they did. And it will not change the fact that it's unjust to slaughter the babies.
Gotcha. Okay, what do you think
Yeah.
that he should have done with the babies specifically?
Not unalive
Let them live.
Yeah, like just not committed genocide would be the option.
Yeah, he could have just not committed genocide, or what I said before, where he kills all of the adults, all of the ones who he finds morally culpable, and then they could have just raised the Amalekite babies as one of their own. You know, they didn't have to slaughter the babies, or they could have just, or honestly, better, they could have just left the babies there and hope that some good Samaritan was gonna find them and take them in. Like, they could have literally done anything but slaughter the babies.
Yeah,
But I think it's an important point to say that this isn't the land of Canaan. This is the Amalekites. This isn't the land that they were promised. So there's no like land dispute here. This is the people before did a thing. So I still don't know what they had. They had 400 years to do.
Yeah.
Like there's one dude, Amalek, who did a thing when they left Egypt, and he attacked them, and got his. They battled. He kind of got his ass beat a little bit, and then they went off on their way. And then 400 years later, they come back. They didn't really have 400 years to do anything.
Gotcha.
I just thought I'd let you know for like whoever comes up next. I highly recommend either inviting or accepting up Jenny.
All right, Jenny, I see her. Did the guest just drop? Okay. Jenny, we have a really good recommendation for you.
Hello.
that you're going to be a good interlocutor.
I'll try to be
Well,
quick 'cause
Hi.
I've got a little
think
one.
the best is you can get
This
with
might
Christians.
interfere with my whole ability to talk. But
No worries. But I'm hoping, I don't have that high of hopes because this prompt has just like the Christians cannot engage with it in any way, but I'm hoping that you can.
okay, well, I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll be real quick. So for me, I would say not on Christians not defending the Bible. And I am a Christian myself, Catholic actually. So I would encourage and support people maybe going a different route, kind of put it out there in going the way of not defending this. Because I think you mentioned Samuel, right? One about the Amalekites. So, oh, okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk now. I'm gonna have to mute. Just, I guess, call me back up in a few minutes. Sorry. I'll be back in a few minutes. Sorry about that.
No worries. I'm still waiting. Maybe Jenny would be the right one to talk about Jesus with, because this whole prompt was made so I could talk to them about how Jesus's death on the cross in no way could be considered just.
Don't forget Proverbs 17:15 for the Jesus talk.
I want her to
The
come
Jesus
back too.
what?
For the Jesus talk.
What is it? What was Proverbs? I don't remember that one.
The one who justifies the wicked and condemns the righteous are both alike an abomination to the Lord.
He's a very entertaining person to talk to.
She said, I'll request back up. I have a really good point, but I can't talk now. No worries.
I'm gonna drop too.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be live because I have been doing this for a while. Who's gonna drop Equality?
No, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
But yeah, I got a couple things I gotta do. But I'll see y'all later.
Bye, Jeff.
This is the perfect time for me to let everyone know that in approximately 25 to 30 minutes, a new episode of the Arwen show will be dropping on YouTube. So whenever Arwen's show is over today, you can go get more Arwen over on the Arwen.
I think the Bible guy and I decided this live is also going on the YouTube. While as crazy and unproductive as it is, I do feel like it's pretty entertaining to watch all the Christians crash out.
This one will be going up as well later today, so y'all have plenty of, in case you didn't catch the beginning of this, you'll be able to watch the whole thing from beginning to end and watch the Christians crash out because none of them know what justice is.
Hold on. I kind of want to bring somebody up that I know is just going to crash out. Should I bring them up or should I be hopeful with somebody else?
Who?
It is fun to pepper in a crash out. It keeps the live.
Okay, we're bringing in. Oh wait, I don't know if he's going to come up. He was in the request and I just accepted him, but he's not coming. It was D Swizzle. It was going to be D Swizzle again.
Oh God!
The kid that told us he is God.
He's God.
Yeah, the one that he's the new God, and he said that he's our dad.
Pardon? I didn't say anything.
Not you, Gerald.
No, we weren't talking about you. We were talking about somebody else.
Yeah, I see. My apologies. So how are you guys? How's your day?
Oh, it's been going. Jero, are you over the age of 18?
I'm actually on the dot. Is that okay?
On the dot 18? That's fine. As long as you are an adult. Oh.
Oh.
Hold
Am
on.
I
My
laggy?
phone-
Sorry.
No, mine was lagging. My phone, I don't know if it's I think it's my phone that I'm using. It like lags out every so often, but we're good now. So
no
you are
problem.
18, you are an adult, good to know. And I think the Bible God is unjust. Would you like me to give a definition of what I mean by that, or do you already know?
No, but I'm more so curious because in order to know what something that is unjust is, you have to know what something that is just is. So I'm just wondering if there's any objective, subjective, moral stance here.
No, I'm just going by like dictionary definition of what just or unjust is.
Gerald, do you know what just means?
Do you want me to define it to you via the dictionary?
I'm stating like you condemn
You don't even need. There doesn't need to be a subjective or objective discussion about this. We just need to go by what the dictionary definition is, and as long as we can agree on that, then we can decide whether an action fits that definition or if it doesn't. We don't need to go into the objective or subjective morality of it all.
Well,
We're
I
not
argue
calling
that.
we're not
Sorry.
calling him good or bad or evil. We are calling him unjust.
Well, unjust already has a negative connotation to it. So if you are saying he's unjust, you're implying
Fine.
that he's
So do
bad.
you?
Correct.
Well, I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm saying that he is unjust. Those
Which
are two
is
different words with two different definitions.
sure,
Nowhere
but
in the definition of just or unjust does it say the words good or bad.
sure, but because it has an inherent negative
Garrett,
connotation,
can you
and
just pretend that you know what the word means so we can move forward in the conversation?
sorry, I'm not
That's
talking
fine.
to you right now.
I'm
You're actually
totally fine
talking to
with
the internet.
I'm totally
Sorry,
fine
my
with
friend, but
defining it for you.
you're moving from debate onto a.
You desperately want to invalidate the use of the word justice by suggesting you have some moral, I don't know, objective stance of understanding these words. You don't, but you do know what the word means. So can you just not pretend you don't know what the word just means so that we can move forward in the conversation?
I'll just tell him because he seems not to know. When I say the word just, I mean fair or impartial. When I say the word unjust, I mean not fair, not impartial. Does that work for you? Because we're not going into the objective versus subjective morality of it all because it's not relevant to this topic.
But it rather is, though. Not
Cool.
gonna
But
lie.
it isn't.
So it
Cool.
really
Gerald,
is because
you have a good day, okay?
No, hold on.
Jesus fucking Christ. I am so fucking sick of theists pretending that they have the authority on what words mean. You're a cult of pedophiles. You don't determine what morality is. You know what the word just means. Just fucking engage.
Right?
This
Okay,
guy,
am I wrong? Like, I don't even think that this is related to morality. It's just or unjust. We're going by the definition of it. Like,
You're
I'm not
not
saying that
wrong.
he's moral. I'm not saying that he's moral or immoral. I'm talking about justice.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He's just that Jero has a bad time accepting people's boundaries. And when we say we're not talking about subjective or subjective morality right now, you need to just accept that, and so we can move forward with the conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
Boundaries,
like, I
dude.
have a prompt that says God is a meanie, and with that prompt, I welcome people to talk about the subjective versus objective morality of it all, but that's just not what this prompt is about. All right, Rayara?
Yeah, nice to
Rayara?
meet you.
Hi, are you at 18 or over?
I'm over. I'm 22.
Sweet. And I just gave the definitions for just and unjust. Did you hear them or do you need me to repeat?
If you mind just repeating it, just because I didn't hear, unfortunately.
All right. When I say just, I mean fair and impartial. And when I say unjust, I mean not fair and not impartial. Are those definitions that you can agree on, or do you want to give a different one?
No, I think I can agree with one caveat that it is, I suppose, like, and I heard the other person kind of talking a little.
Oh, we can't hear you when you leave the
I
app.
don't know why. Yeah, my bad. So I would only add that it is based on morality.
Cool.
So however
Well, we're
one
not
defines
talking
that.
about morality, we're just going by like the definition that we've agreed upon for just and unjust. So we're not,
Okay.
this conversation isn't about God's morality. We're not calling him bad. We're not calling him evil.
Mhm.
We're just saying that his actions are unjust, definitionally
Right.
speaking.
And so I see. And so how do you define what is fair and impartial?
well, she just did. It would be that someone gets what they are due.
But how would you define what they are due?
Jesus fucking Christ. Do words just don't mean words? Do you know what it means for someone to get what they're due? Do those words, does that sentence make sense to you?
My point is to say that you're saying something is fair and impartial.
When I say something is fair, what does that mean to you, Rayara?
So to me,
If I said I like fairness, what does that word
Mhm.
mean to you?
So to me, there are two ways of looking at it. One, there's the subjective personal preference of what is fair. You can ask anybody
So he's trying
their
to
personal
he's trying to
preference
get
of what's fair to them.
You
trying so
subjectively
hard.
picked a God. You have no objectivity here. Please stop pretending you don't know what words
Here,
mean.
maybe we should just give him an example. Would it be
Okay,
fair?
wait, I don't understand how I'm wrong.
Would it
Like,
would
why-
it be
like,
fair? Would it be fair for an innocent person to receive a punishment for something they didn't do? In your worldview?
No.
Okay. Is there ever a time in the Bible where an innocent person receives punishment for things they don't do?
Like by God?
Yeah, by God.
No.
All right. Do you know who David is?
Yes.
You know who Jesus
You know who Jesus is? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was Jesus an innocent person?
Jesus wasn't. He was the only innocent person. So fair enough.
Did he
fair enough.
receive punishment for something that he didn't do?
Yes, you're right. I concede on that. That is the only
Forgot about
person
Jesus
who
there for a minute, didn't
has
you?
received punishment for something that they did not do.
So was that
Would you agree with my statement that putting Jesus to death on the cross for the sins of everybody else was definitionally unfair?
No, because Jesus is
unjust?
God.
What does that have to do with the definition of what fair and just
Because
means?
you're saying he was put on the cross, but it's not like like he did that of his own volition.
Okay, so wait, I have a question. It's a hypothetical. If Equality committed a crime and I went to the judge and I said, "Hey, by my own volition, I want to do the time for the crime that Equality committed," and they let me do it, I go to jail, Equality walks free. Is it justice even though I did that on my own volition? Was justice served?
Not in the court.
Not
But if he were
in what
God.
sense would you say justice is served if I do the time for a crime that Equality committed?
It wouldn't be in the court or how we run things.
Okay, I'm
but
asking you.
if you're looking
saying
at it.
you're saying it wouldn't be in the court. So is there any sense in which justice is served?
Like in the case that Jesus died for our sins, yeah, I think that's
No,
just.
I'm asking about myself hypothetically.
Yourself
Going to
hypothetically.
prison.
Yeah.
Myself going to prison for something that Equality did. Equality did the crime, but I'm doing the time. Is there any way
No, that's not fair.
that it means that justice was served?
No.
So you do agree that even though I did that on my own volition, I offered to do the time, even if I agreed and I wanted to do it, justice still wasn't served there?
In that specific hypothetical, yes, but you're not dying on the cross for our sins.
So what's the difference?
So
What changed?
when
The difference, the difference
when
is the person who
Jesus-
did it has divinity who defines our morals and defines what is just and
Gotcha.
fair.
So you don't have morality, you have obedience. You're saying Arwen does it bad, God does it good. Well, that's not objective morality. That's subject to who does it. So suddenly,
Wait,
action.
and Rayara, we already agreed to definitions on what justice means. And now you're saying that God gets to define what justice means? So what is God's definition of justice? Because I thought we had already agreed on a definition and now you're changing the definition. So what is justice?
So you said that justice is something that is fair and impartial, correct?
Yes, but you
Okay.
said that God gets to decide what justice is. So
Yes.
what is that definition? Because obviously fair and impartial is not the definition that we should be working with. We should be working with whatever God defines it as. So what is justice? What is justice to God?
I suppose it would depend case by case, but I guess a working definition for justice, I suppose.
Justice changes case by case.
Yeah, this is not like this
when
isn't
you are
groundbreaking
all
either.
According to God, there is
This
no
isn't groundbreaking either.
objective
Things are
definition of justice.
no, justice is different situationally, and that's not even like a groundbreaking thing. Like
But I didn't
even in our world,
ask
that's the
like
case.
what the justice
I know.
would
So
be
a working definition
situationally.
for
I'm
justice.
asking what God's objective definition of justice is because I know you think that God has objective shit. He's not subjective. So what is God's objective definition? And that's the definition that we'll work with today.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I couldn't give you a simplified definition because I would have to take everything in the Bible into account. But what I would
Well,
say is simply that
you said that
justice
God
is
is
however God
just
defines it.
according to
Right.
God. So what does
God
that
is
So
mean
like
to
for
justice.
example,
him?
if you want to give me like a situational example and say, okay,
So God is justice. Justice is God. Anything God does is justice. It changes based on whatever God does. That's justice. Words don't mean words. Cool. That's your
Yeah,
entire
so it
argument.
seems like Rayara, it seems like the way you want to use the word justice is that it would just be completely meaningless. Because you originally agreed to terms about what justice and unjust means, and now you're saying that that is not this, like, we shouldn't be using those terms, but you can't actually give a definition of what justice means. It seems like a very meaningless word to you, honestly. You're gonna have to come off mute, but I would like God's objective definition of justice, please.
my argument was to say that in order
I don't want
to
to hear
figure
your
out if
argument.
something is
We're still stuck on the
Mhm.
semantics of it all because we
Right.
originally agreed to terms, and then you later on said that that's not the real definition. So I'm asking you, what is God's definition of justice?
What I'm saying is that I would have to refer to the Bible in any
No,
situation case by case.
so what does that mean? Like, I want a
So
definition.
the
I'm not asking you case by case what would be just in every case. I'm asking
justice
you
is what
a
is moral defined by
definition.
God.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Okay, you
You're
said
just
it's
saying God
defined by
defines
God,
things.
and I'm
Mhm.
granting that.
I
I
could not
want
tell you
what
how it's
he
defined by
defines
God
it
because God
as.
is far more knowledgeable than I am.
What does God define justice as?
I can't encapsulate how God defines justice in one
This is your
sentence.
brain on religion, by the way. People that suddenly can't comprehend justice, have no
Here's the thing:
concept
you
of what
also
that
don't have
means.
morality. Like, if you don't believe in a God,
Only atheists have morality. You know, the group of people that aren't systemically fucking children? We're just not doing that, not because we're punished and not because we are rewarded. We're just not bad people. Only atheists have morality. To be clear, you are so desperate for this conversation to be about morality so that you can just insert God instead of morality. You're trying to do it with justice. Just say justice is meaningless. Whatever God says is just is just. That is crazy.
Can I help?
And Sticks, you chime in.
It seems like, look, when we say justice, we're picking out some meaning, some semantic content, right? We're saying something like it has like fairness and equality, and ensuring someone receives what they're given. That's just what it means. Now, what we're saying, it's kind of like this. It's like we're saying God is a triangle, right? And by a triangle, we mean a shape with three sides. And then you're coming along and saying, well, yeah, God's a triangle and he has four sides, right? We're just not talking about the same thing then. So if you disagree with the semantic content of what we're saying, then tell us what you mean. But you can't just refer to God and say he is just if that word isn't picking something out semantically.
So what I'm essentially what I'm saying is, all right, you define just and unjust.
No, we want your definition of just and unjust because we just defined it and you agreed to it, and then you're saying that God's definition is different. So we want God's definition. We want God's
sorry about
definition.
that. So you said unjust and just is something that is fair and impartial, and I didn't necessarily disagree. What I was saying was that
you fully agreed. You fully agreed to the definitions until we started bringing up examples, and then you said, "Well, God's definition is different." So I'm holding your feet to the fire here.
My follow-up question.
What is God's definition of justice?
Okay. How do you define what is fair and impartial?
What is God's definition of justice?
Whatever is in the Bible.
Cool.
Are you kidding?
This is their brain on religion.
First of all, I don't know why you guys are
You
constantly
have
muting
to be
me.
kidding. God's definition of justice is whatever God does in the Bible.
Now,
that's not a definition.
Rayara, is there any difference between saying God is just versus God is flubber jabber in this worldview?
No, that's the same thing. God is gobbledygook. God is literally just any nonsense word.
So I don't understand. How is it?
The word justice has no meaning at all. It is a meaningless word.
I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Can I ask you a different question? You have said that you can't define justice or just what is just, but God is that thing, and you would have to go case by case, and you would have to look at the Bible. Why should anyone listen to you about anything? When you can't commit to just saying that an act is good or bad based on what the act is, because you have to have this second set of qualifiers for justice, or the second set of qualifiers for morality, or the second set of understanding things for a wizard character, why should anyone take you seriously about anything? You can't define just.
Fair enough. Let me ask you, is murder wrong?
Yep.
Why is it wrong?
It causes harm.
No. He's trying to go into the weeds of objective versus subjective morality.
Is murder unjust? Is murder unjust?
Murder is unjust, yeah.
Nope, I dropped him because he doesn't want to give us God's definition of just or unjust. So how could we possibly tell him what is just or unjust when he can't even define what that word means?
I think you mean when he's on gobbledygook or whatever word you said. Also, is Jenny the one that said don't listen to the Bible?
I don't know. Jenny is the one that Scientific Snitch said that she would be better than the rest. So let's hope that Scientific Snitch was not just being nice.
Okay, I'm going to try quickly again. Okay, I get interrupted, but okay. So this is my approach on it. I kind of think that you can take the approach, I think Christians can take the approach on not defending the Bible. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I think sometimes we can get caught up in going into defense mode. And I think sometimes it's fair to align ourselves as opposed to, I guess, going against one another on these topics. So I know one of them that was brought up was Samuel, right? The one with the, I think it was the Amalekites. And I'm not, really totally well versed in all of the whole thing. But what I would say is that there are different, texts, and in the Old Testament too, where they do things in God's name, right?
Uh-huh.
And, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah. So I think the way I approach some of this, I think it's healthy to approach it, whether you're a believer or not, right? To approach it in the way of an atrocity and in a way that says this is not okay, right? And I think what happens is sometimes we come together, and when we're having these discussions, some individuals try and defend some of these things, where I think it's okay for people who are believers to not defend and to take the approach of saying that there may be other explanations, and to dive into that, which, some of them could be, cultural norms or different societal things of the times where these things are unacceptable, right? Like, and they could be humans at that time acting in the name of God.
Cool, but there's a
Right? In
bunch
the
of
name of
stories in the
God.
Bible where the God character is bad. The God character is unjust. The God character does bad things.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
right.
why would you, it's almost like you're coming up in
Yeah.
here and saying, I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, but I don't think you should defend the Bible, the source of the religion I subscribe to, because I recognize that it's just written by cultures and societies at the time. Well, cool, then
Equality,
it's almost like
I
a,
will be right back. I will be right back. Equality is in charge.
okay.
I would personally, I would critique religion from in the way, not to abolish the whole thing, in that way, but I would make it, like I look at it in the way that Jesus focused on it, where he sort of confronted the fundamentalism of his day, right?
Cool. So Jesus in the book of Luke tells you to hate everyone in your family, and Matthew defends slavery, tells the Pharisees that they are hypocrites for not stoning their children to death, and also justifies the Levitical law of the Old Testament that includes slavery, stoning of women, stoning of adulterers, and murdering children. Oh, and graping slaves.
Yeah.
This
Well,
God,
the thing
this
is,
Jesus character is a piece of shit. So
Okay,
why
well,
would we
when I
believe in a
read
book?
I understand that he read the Bible, he read it radically as well, that he confronted and he rebuked,
Who read the
religious
Bible?
leaders of his time as well, the same as you're doing, right? You're
Jesus didn't.
rebuking, yeah.
Jesus didn't read the Bible.
Well, he rebuked and he ridiculed the religious leaders of his day for their
Yeah.
hurtful approach to the scripture, even the
In
Old
a,
Testament.
cool. In
right?
addition to telling you to hate your family, in addition to telling you to stone
I'm
children.
not. I don't look. I don't know about the specific one you're talking about. I'm talking about the Sermon on the Mount.
Cool.
Where
So the Jesus character does some good things and then a whole bunch of really bad things.
I don't know of the bad things, but
Cool,
you
read the Bible.
familiar with the Sermon on the Mount?
I
Are you
am. I'm familiar
that?
with the whole fucking Bible. A character can be all good, but a character can't be all good when they are bad. So I don't care
but
about
it
the
could be
good
the way
things.
I don't see that Jesus is bad. I think that's the way you're interpreting that passage.
So when
right?
the Jesus character says to hate everyone in your family or you can't be his follower, how am I misinterpreting it?
Well, I know that earlier on there was some misinterpretation with the Hebrew.
I'm not asking you about misinterpretation. Also, Jesus is in the New Testament, which
asked me
isn't
how.
written in Hebrew. The New Testament is written in Greek. But to be
That's right,
clear,
because it's
you said
translated,
you don't
right?
interpret it that way. That's what it says. That's what
Yeah,
the
but
Bible
there are
says. That's
different
what the
words.
Jesus character says.
Okay. The thing is that I understand that it's written in Greek, it's translated, but there is a Hebrew text, that the initial text was in Hebrew. It was then translated by actual Jewish
We're
people
talking
into
about the
Greek.
Jesus character that's in the New Testament. Can you focus?
I'm focused, and I told you.
So the Jesus character is a
I think you
shitty
can calm
character.
down. You
Now
sound
what?
really angry.
I
Have a
am.
discussion.
It's
I don't know
been
why you're
12
attacking
hours
me.
of preamble and you saying nothing. So I'm asking you, why do you subscribe to an ideology when you yourself say, well, we can't defend the Bible? That's the book that's the basis of your religion. If you know you can't defend it, you know it's full of shit.
Well, I'm not talking about the Bible as a whole. I said we cannot defend human beings who are
I'm not
committing
asking you to.
atrocities during that
I'm not
time
asking you
frame,
to.
which is in the past.
We're
and that
not talking
historical
about the
time
we're not
in the
talking
name of God.
Cool.
That's
We're
what I'm
not
saying.
for the 12th time. We are not talking about what people did, what humans did,
Well,
what was
that's what
cultural.
you're talking about.
No,
because-
it's not. I'm talking about the God character and the Jesus character, the things that they do. Also, this has already been explained to you. Tell me, why would you defend a religion whose book you say you can't defend? You're on mute. It's a button that looks like a microphone.
Okay. Well, how long was I on mute? I was trying to discuss. Was I on mute the whole
Cool.
time?
So the Jesus character, the God character, they are unjust. They do bad things. Now what?
Okay, well, like I said, I don't believe the Jesus character. I think Jesus was a human being and some believe is the Son of God. I don't think that Jesus individual did bad things.
He told the Pharisees that they were wrong for not stoning their children to death.
And which one? Well, it's we'd have to read it. I'm not familiar with that. I can't
Cool.
imagine
Just
that.
do me a favor. Go read the Bible.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I you know what?
Jesus fucking Christ. I just don't believe that the Jesus character does the things that are written about the Jesus character in the Bible. How could you possibly have fucking missed them? Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm so very hopeful. Who looks honest? I don't know. I think this guy's been waiting for forever. Oh, no. Nope. I suppose if you wait for a really long time, eventually you're probably going to drop. That's fair. Do you host your own lives equality? Yes, although I will say that Arwen's are better than mine. Arwen has more patience and kindness, and there's more substance to her lives. It's a little bit more we usually have the Bible guy for theology and usually Sticks for philosophy. So they're a little bit more like there's more substance to her lives. Oh, someone joined. Journal, how old are you?
Hold on. Can I be heard?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 30. Just so you know, I know I'm not the crowd that you want because I'm not a Christian. But
Damn
I
it,
do want
Journal.
to talk about this specific. I just want to add one thing, and I'll go after that about the injustice topic. This is what converted me out of Christianity, and it's this topic specifically. But I want to hit it from a different angle, just provide because there's this stuff goes in circles forever how you're doing it. And I'm not saying my topic's gonna, but anyway, the thing that really got me was the idea of eternal fire. Because listen, there is no religion without that. That is the basis, and Christians won't admit it. They are afraid of hell. Their identity is locked up in this God because they're afraid of hell. They've admitted to me in roundtables, all these, they are terrified. That's why they cannot believe atheists, because they're afraid to go to hell. So how do you attack that? You have to say that hell is unjust. Why is it unjust? Well, the Bible says, and I'm going to use the Bible against itself, justice is an eye for an eye. True justice cannot be really served. This is how I see it. Like, if we're really fighting for something, if somebody does something bad to us, it has to be an equal, like justice would be that person experiences my pain in the exact same way that they dealt it out. We can't have true justice on earth, but spiritually speaking, that is true justice. Jesus, and when there is no eternal fire, is not justice for anybody. Even a serial killer, for instance, because even if a serial killer puts...
Oh. He may have gotten dropped because of the language? I don't actually know. Or maybe he left. Also, listen, he's singing to the choir. I agree with him. Like, an eternal punishment for finite crimes isn't justice. It makes no sense. It's complicated, though, because, for some Christians, hell is just separation from God. And then for other Christians, they like this, revelation version of fire and brimstone, and then we all get punished. You're definitely right about the fear of hell. There are atheists that still have a fear of hell because as children, they were indoctrinated, and it is still this very real, visceral fear, even though they don't actually believe it and they know it's silly. Anyway, hi there, Impolite something. How old are you? Sorry, I might have said your name wrong. Impolite questions. How old are you? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to request up. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries. We all do it. Bible guy, I don't know. Okay, Journal was here. He's friendly fire. I'm on board, but sounds like friendly fire. Jero and Elias was still here, but I can't remember which one was which. They're the only food left, though. Welcome back, Jero. What do you got for us this time?
Well, first I want to comment on how very dishonest you guys are. Like, you just mute people, kick them out whenever.
Oh,
Yeah,
watch!
I'm doing it to you right now.
Just do it again.
There we go. There we go. See, there.
Jero, you have been in the live.
Look, you see.
Cool. I'm trying to
How
talk.
cool, you see.
I will let you respond. Can you please calm down? So yeah, we will mute people and she left. She had somewhere else to be. Jero, we won't let you talk over us, and we won't let you obfuscate questions. If you're asked a question directly and you don't respond, Christian mythologists just desperately want to preach. They think if I just preach enough of this shit, it'll somehow avoid the question that's being asked. And you've tried it, and others have tried it. God, I hope she could not crash out.
No one is interested in the meta, so let's address the topic.
Yeah, can you just focus on what's happening? I don't care about your whining. Couldn't care less.
I'm not whining. I'm actually pretty calm.
No, you're whining.
You're whining. You can be calm and whine.
So
no, I'm not whining.
You came up earlier. You tried to go to morality and God defines what everything is. Blah 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 blah. Do you know what does unjust mean to you? You put yourself on mute.
Am I going to get muted when I give the definition of justice?
Oh my God.
Just give the definition. No whining.
Just get right to it. Stop whining. You're boring us.
What is your Jesus fucking Christ?
Give me the definition of justice.
No, we're asking you
Give
for
me
your
yours.
definition.
What's yours?
My definition is
welcome
never
back.
going
Also,
to. My
hey there,
definition is
Led
never
Zeppelin.
going to satisfy it.
You're muted,
Come on.
Arwen. You're muted.
Jero's about to
He
give us
was
his
just
definition.
DMing me. He was just DMing me about this. Listen to what he just said
Oh,
and
yeah.
tell me how silly. Listen to what he just typed to me and tell me.
Yeah.
He says, quote, God is unjust. So why is he bad, according to you? I'm not saying he's bad, you fucking idiot. I'm saying he's unjust. Those are
Then what's
two
the
different words with two different definitions. We're talking about him being unjust. And Jero, we can't even talk about it until you give us what definition you want to go by. Because I gave you my definition and you didn't like it. So now you have to give us God's definition of unjust, or we're just going to drop your ass again. There is no debate unless we can agree on what this word means.
So give us your definition. And if you don't,
Invited you
we'll
to
just
come
drop
off
you.
mute.
Sure. Can I give it?
Yep.
Am I
Yep,
muted?
give us your
Hello?
definition.
Oh, okay. There you go. So what I think justice is justice comes from God, and I think it's unmerited mercy and forgiveness.
That's a claim.
There we go. There we
So
go. Yeah.
everything God does is just, and God is just, and the word has no meaning. Cool.
Mercy and justice are two different words, two different meanings. If you have mercy, justice isn't being administered, and if you're doing justice, then mercy isn't being administered. That was
Also,
silly.
your religion and your God does not define shit. It doesn't define morality or justice or good or bad or truth.
What defines morality then?
Wait. Jero, is your position that justice and mercy are the same exact thing?
No, my position is that.
So what
just to
is
get
the
into-
definition of justice? We're asking you for the definition so we can agree on terms. What does justice mean? What does it mean to be unjust? We have to agree on these terms before we can proceed.
Justice is an act of love and mercy. It's inseparable from those works. That's what I believe.
Okay, so
justice is.
you're saying that justice and mercy and love are all synonymous. That's what you're saying?
Sure, yeah.
You're wrong.
We're not
Justice
gonna.
is the
We
suspension of
can't
mercy.
agree on those terms because
You're
they
giving
just.
me.
We don't.
Okay, explain why we can't. I want to hear it.
No.
Why
Fuck
love
no.
can't mean the same as justice? Because then words lose meaning. When you just say 3 words are synonyms, they all mean the same shit, then none of them mean
Equality. I justice you so much. I justice you so much.
I justice you right back. Justice.
Yeah.
Justice for all.
Hey, Bible guy, I mercy you. I mercy you hard.
I mercy you harder. Now, imagine if I walked up to someone and said, what is the definition of being mean? It's the administration of kindness.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
We
can't agree. Jero, let's try again. Jero, if you want to say that justice and mercy and love are all synonymous, do you understand that doesn't make sense when I tell equality, I justice you?
You're playing
You understand
semantics
that
because it's not. You
It's
don't
not.
say.
You're
Yes,
saying
you
that
are.
they're
But that's.
synonymous.
Jero,
if
the
they
one
were
that's playing
synonyms,
semantics
then that would
is you. You're suggesting that words don't mean words, and that words are defined by your nebulous God character, and that many words that are very different things mean the same. The only one using semantics to run from this argument is you.
By the way, to be clear,
Okay, let's agree with your definition
to be clear, this is a discussion about the meaning of words, which is what semantics is. So to say that you're playing semantics, no shit. We're trying to come to an understanding about the meaning of words, which is what semantics is. Awesome mustache. So what is the?
All right,
so,
she won't let me.
Would it make any sense if I said to you that to be mean is to administer kindness?
To be mean?
Yeah, to be mean to someone is to administer kindness.
No.
It also doesn't make sense to say to be just is to administer mercy.
Or love.
Those are opposites.
Those are different things. Also, can you just give us a definition of justice? Don't use God, and don't just make it synonymous with another word. Just tell us, forget about your religion, forget about this conversation for a second. What does just mean to you as a person?
Well, anything good.
He already agreed. When I gave the dictionary definition, he was like, yes, that works. And then the second we applied it to God, he was like, no.
Let's
He's
take
not
your
going to
definition.
give us. He's not going to give
Sure,
us any
no.
meaningful
Use your
definition that
use
we
your
can work
definition.
with.
To me, it's irrelevant to the conversation if we use yours or if we use mine.
So it's irrelevant to the conversation of whether or not God is unjust.
Then why when I defined the terms the first time you were up here, you agreed to it, and then the second we started applying those terms to the actual conversation, you were like, no.
Because as
It seems like it matters to you.
you're talking over me. Could I say something? Yeah, is that okay?
Oh my God! Stop whining.
Yeah, why
You're
are
the
you
one
whining?
getting kind of upset. You're the one getting
No,
kind of upset.
I'm
I'm not
not.
gonna lie.
It's
You're
annoying.
you're gonna be
We just don't
You're
like
not gonna lie.
when Christians are
Every word
disingenuous.
out of
That's
your
really
mouth
what
has
it
been a
is.
lie.
How is it
I'm not gonna.
disingenuous?
Ugh. Hey there, Martin. How old are you? Also, Cam, this background is fucking the iron fist of backgrounds.
They can
Sorry.
never defeat this background. They can't even engage with this background. I love it.
Martin, how old are you? Sorry.
I'm 21.
What year were you born?
2005.
All right. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah.
Do you know what the word unjust means? Do you know what the word just means?
For the most part, what I believe just
Let's,
means.
yeah, define it, please.
Sure, yep.
So, for my definition of just, I say it is to be fair in a certain manner. Either it is morality that you're being just in, giving to people that you're being just in, money, stuff like that.
So you would say justice equals fairness?
For the most part, yeah.
All right, that's the word we use as well. Justice is fairness.
Cool.
Do you think that God in the Bible ever does anything that you would consider to be unjust or unfair?
For God's standard, no, but for
Yeah.
human morality, yes. But it's an ongoing debate.
Is
rather
God's
than
version of
morality
justice
is subjective or
is
our
is
morality
God's
is
version of
subjective.
justice or morality
So,
different than ours?
when it comes to God in the Old Testament, there are some ups and downs with him. But the God that I'm
Hey,
talking
Martin, I'm gonna mute you because you're not engaging. You're just yapping. Is
engaging, I'm
God's
answering.
definition of justice different from the human definition of justice?
Yeah, I've already answered that.
So there's a
Okay, so
version of
what is
justice for
God's
God.
definition?
Well,
What is
I
God's
can't compare
definition
what.
of justice?
Right. So, like I was answering, his definition of justice applies to, I can't put my ideology to someone who claims.
Stop rambling. What's God's
Well,
definition of
that's not a
justice?
definition.
Well, I
What
never
is
even got to
God's
speak because you
definition of
muted me.
justice?
Right. So what
Yeah,
I'm
because you
explaining
didn't
to
give
you
the
is,
definition. No,
right, you
we
never
don't
let
need
me
an
answer it.
explanation. We need a definition.
Well, that's yeah.
This
You have to
this
explain things to give a
conversation
definition.
cannot
Finish this
this
sentence.
conversation
God's
cannot proceed in any way until
Yes, it
we
can.
know what you mean when you say justice.
Yeah, I already gave you what my definition of justice is.
What is God's definition
Okay,
of
so
justice?
Okay, now that's a second question, and you didn't let me answer it, so I'm
So,
going to
so
answer it.
just so you're clear, you are asserting that there is a version of justice for us and a version of justice for God. That in itself is unjust, but let's move on from that. Finish this
No,
sentence.
it's
Do
not.
not run from it.
I'm
God's
not running
definition
from
of
anything.
justice is.
Okay, God's definition of justice is whatever he deems. I cannot put my.
Whatever he
God
says.
is
Cool.
just and just is God, you guys.
Words
That's
are
what we have
meaningless.
learned today.
And
These
whatever the
Christians
fuck you
are
decide.
just stupid.
Oh my God, I love this background so
I
much.
love this prompt. They cannot engage with it. It's amazing. We have truly found the Christian kryptonite here today. God is unjust. No Christian can engage with this because they know that he does not fit the definition. They have to make
God
up a
is
whole
not
new
just
definition.
according to what?
Hi there,
According
Wilbert.
to
How are
your
According
you?
to the
standard, you're an
definition.
atheist.
Wilbert, calm down. Calm down.
According to the definition of justice, motherfucker.
Wilbert, how old are you? Just share with us your age. Please don't crash out. Just engage. How old are you? Wilbert, you're on
You
mute.
have
It's
to
the
come
button that
off
looks like a
mute. You have to
microphone.
come off mute, motherfucker.
Dude.
How old are you?
Unjust according to what? You
How
guys are
old are you?
atheists.
According to
you
the
guys
definition.
Please.
According to the definition.
If you're an
Oh,
atheist, you couldn't possibly understand the definition of a word. It has to be defined by God. I subjectively claim as I can't defend what just means. Jesus
I
fucking
have
Christ, these
so much
people.
fun with this. And I just keep saying they can't engage, and then they just continue to come up not to engage. It's so fun. I could do this all fucking day. I feel like a prophet right now. I feel like a prophet of God. No Christian can engage with this, and my prophecies are coming true because none of them have and none of them will. Let's try again with a new Christian. Let's see. Let's see if this one will come up. It's just so fun. I love this. We figured out, we cracked the code, y'all. We cracked the code. And honestly, the reason that I made this prompt is because of that really good conversation that we had with Joel and myself and you and I think all of us were there when I felt like we were really getting through to her, but that's because she's probably one of the only genuine Christians to exist, and that's why she won't be a Christian for long.
I feel like that conversation that you and Joel were having with her, for me, will always be a moment in time, because I could hear her. It was the first time that I really understood why Styx tries so hard to actually connect with people and actually connect with the person in the live rather than just making them look like an idiot. Because I was like, this is happening in real time. I can hear her deconstructing. That was a beautiful live. And it has led to—
That's honestly what I wanted out of this. My intention was not this. I did not think that every Christian was going to come up here and just be disingenuous. I was really hoping that we would have conversations like the one we had yesterday, but that doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And I have put my hopes to the side, and I'm just happy about what's happening now because I feel like this works in my favor too. Wilbert?
How is it disingenuous for a Christian to ask you what standard are you using to say God is unjust? You don't even believe in God.
Dictionary. The dictionary is my standard.
You don't believe in God, yet you're speaking on behalf of God, saying He is
Wilbert, can you just calm the fuck down?
I don't need to believe in God in order to go by dictionary definitions.
So we don't have to believe in God to know what justice is. We don't.
You're going to use your finite human brain to then determine.
What are you using to subjectively assert that your God is the orator of justice? Your subjective human brain. That's what you're using. So stop. So just, I am begging you, stop pretending that atheists can't define words. What is your version of justice? What does justice mean to you? Wait, are you the same jackass that just said whatever God says is just?
No, I think it's a different guy, or maybe a different account.
Wilbur, take yourself off mute and tell us what just means. It's the button that looks like a microphone.
I can invite you. It might be the same guy on a different account. People are saying that.
To have any standard of justice, guys, you have to assume some sense of objectivity here.
No, we don't.
Shut up.
We don't.
I don't
We just
care.
need to go by what the dictionary says.
Is your
standard
God
of objectivity is the
your
dictionary?
God,
is that seriously what this is?
Yeah, your God's not objective. Your God is the God that was dominant at the place and time of your birth. Your God is not the only God that humans worship. Your God is not the only God that humans have worshipped. Your God, the Bible, Christianity, none of these things are fucking objective. They are all subjective. Now, can you please, for the love of your fake fucking God, pretend that you just tell us what just means? Stop running. What does just mean?
I'm not running. I'm asking you how
does
are you
justice,
justifying your
I
standard
will give you one more fucking opportunity. Do not obfuscate, do not cower, do not run away, do not talk about anything else. Tell me what just means.
Okay, lose the estrogen voice first.
As atheists, we are not allowed to know what the definitions of words are.
And at no point will they ever define them. You can't define them.
I've never heard this before.
You can't define them because you're an atheist.
We're not allowed to have definitions.
But I also won't define them. You can't define them because you're an atheist, but I refuse to define them. Hi there, Romo. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
How old are you?
I'm old enough.
Don't ever answer I'm old enough. That's just the grossest possible answer to that question. What is your age?
30-something.
30-something. Cool, I'll take it. Do you believe in the Christian God?
Yes, I believe in Christian God.
Cool. What does just mean to you?
Just mean it's not working with the New Testament God.
I'm not fucking asking you about God or the New Testament. What does the word just mean?
Just is a pure evil.
Just is pure evil. Okay. This is great.
What is happening?
These people are on fucking heroin.
Oh my gosh, you
chill,
guys!
don't say that.
I just saw a really sad cat post on TikTok, and now I'm gonna cry.
Oh. Wait, could you hug Butters, though? And then it won't
She's
be
right
back
here.
to
I
you.
just gave her a bunch of pets.
No, because I was telling that Jesus is pure love. His father also pure love, but
I don't care about your
Romo.
preaching, jackass. What does the word just mean?
Romo, are you on a script or something? Okay. Did you hear what equality asked you? What question do you think equality asked you?
Romo, can you engage?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
somebody's talking shit about the fact that I got sad about somebody's cat dying.
Oh,
That
that's
is-
because
that is sad.
That's because Prodigal
Yeah,
Son
they're like
is one of
talking shit
these.
about it in the comments.
Prodigal Son is the
Sorry.
kind of man that doesn't allow himself to feel feelings, so that one day he'll punch drywall when his woman talks back to him.
Don't worry. The moment is over, and I had to remind myself that my cat is not even a year old yet. So I have so many years left with my cat. I don't need to start grieving her yet. So I'm good.
Plus, by the time your cat gets old, they'll probably have new technology and she'll live forever.
Don't tell me that because I'm going to start thinking that.
It's a possibility. I'm just saying it's a maybe. Also, I dropped that guy. What does just mean? God is all love. Cool. Thanks for that.
Oh no, I let somebody up too. Sorry, Roto. We're going to drop you back down because you weren't the first one up. Sorry.
Hello.
How old are you?
Hello, Cross.
I'm 19.
What year were you born,
guys-
Ross?
When we want to
2007.
refer to her as torture device.
Torture device. What year were you born, torture device?
Why torture device?
Because that's what your name
is a torture device. It's used to torture and unalive people. What year were you born?
I was born in 2007.
Does that make sense? You sound very young. 2007, yeah, that's possible. Okay. I'm guessing based on the torture device and your username that you're a Christian. What does just mean to you? What does the word just mean?
I think I'll define the word just as fair or right or morally correct. Yeah, I'll just
Let's go
define
with
it as
fair.
Okay,
Fair
fair.
Yeah. We can do all those things. Fair, right, morally correct. Now, have you
I
read the
don't
Bible?
love morally correct.
I think it'll still eat her. We'll see.
Okay,
But
that's fine. I like fair the best, but that's fine.
fair is probably the most
I'll let
accurate.
you take the lead on this one, Equality. I'm kind of tuckered out.
You're kicking ass today, though. Torture device. So we're going with fair, correct, morally just, whatever. Have you read the Bible?
Okay. Yes, I do read the Bible. I have and I do, yeah.
You have which? Sorry,
Excuse me?
I don't know what you said. You have read the Bible?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So in the Bible, there's a number of stories where the Jesus character or the God character do really bad things. Do you think that the
Okay,
God
like which
character?
one? Like which? Give me one story.
Sure. Arwen, what do you want to choose?
Something unjust that God does
Yeah.
is let's talk about David and his wives. I feel like we haven't
Concubines.
really been able to get into that one to that.
So in 2 Samuel, David has innocent women graped for the crime of their husband. So these women are innocent, they didn't do anything wrong, and God has them graped.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's
how
just?
does God have them graped?
Sorry?
How does God have them graped?
The God character just does it. He says, I will drag your wives out of your house, give them to your neighbors, have them sleep with your neighbors in public. What you have done
Do
in
you want me to
darkness,
read,
I will
do
do
you
in
want me to
light.
read the verse to you? I can pull it up really quick
Yes,
if we just
please.
want to
Yes,
have
please. And also,
All right.
please read the background before that verse as well, just so we
Sure,
can
the-
get like a.
You want to suggest that the context is going to save you. It's not. In
Yes,
fact,
please.
if you
Yeah.
no, it's not. In fact, if you continue reading on in the story later, we definitely know that these women don't get stoned to death, so we know they're not adulterous. So we emphatically know that it's great. The context isn't going to save you. The context makes it worse.
But then how does God make that happen?
The
Because
same way God makes everything
also
happen.
what?
He just does.
Okay.
Everything like what?
Do you guys? I have the verse right here. Do you want me to read?
Yep.
Yes,
I'll
please
even
read
I'll
it.
even start I'll even start a bit ahead so we get a little bit of context as to why this is happening, okay?
Okay. Okay, please.
So I'm gonna start with we're on 2 Samuel 12 and I'm gonna start at verse 7. Okay, because that's a lot of context. Then Nathan said to David, "You are the man. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I anointed you king over Israel, and I delivered you from the hand of Saul. I gave your master's house to you and your master's wives into your arms. I gave you all Israel and Judah. And if this had been too little, I would have given you even more. Why did you despise the word of the Lord by doing this evil in his eyes? You struck down Uriah the Hittite with the sword and took his wife to be your own. You killed him with the sword of the Ammonites. Now, therefore, the sword will never depart from your house because you despised me and took the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your own." Okay, now this is the part that you really need to pay attention to. This is what the Lord says. Out of your own household, I am going to bring calamity on you. Before your very eyes, I will take your wives and give them to the one who is close to you, your neighbor. Actually, their nephew too. And he will sleep with your wives in broad daylight. You did it in secret, but I will do this thing in broad daylight before all Israel. So God is saying, I will take your wives and I will give them to the one who is close to you. It ends up being their neighbor / nephew, and he ends up raping them in broad daylight. Those wives who got the punishment didn't do the crime. David was the one who did the crime. David was the one who killed Uriah the Hittite and took his wife. Those
So
wives
was
didn't do that.
so when God had innocent women raped, was that just?
No, it was not just.
So God is unjust.
God did an
God is
unjust
not
thing.
unjust. It's just that I don't know. I don't know the specific scriptures to support this, since my beliefs and my honestly my knowledge and facts come from the Bible. However, when we are punishing somebody, in order to really make that person feel the hurt, the people around you unfortunately have to suffer. It's almost like you're in a friend
No,
group and
they
one of your
don't.
friend.
They don't.
They
You
do.
don't
They
have to make
do.
the people
In
so
order for you to really
stop. First of all, this story comes from the Bible. The thing you just said
yes,
that you follow. I'm
yes.
just we don't have to punish innocent people. If someone commits a crime, we don't. You're sort of just saying, well, the people around them have to be hurt. No, they don't. That's not actually justice at all. So can you just respond to the actual story where the God character is innocent women raped?
I was responding until you told me to stop, and I'm going to respect you and let you support your side. And but I also want to support mine if you can let me do that.
Absolutely the fuck
Because
not. I won't
you're
let you
literally just.
obfuscate and I won't let you run. Zero.
I am not going to run. I am not going to run. I am more than
Cool.
happy
The
to
God
see
character
and
has innocent
understand
women
where you
raped.
guys are
Is
coming
that
from
just?
and make you guys understand where I am coming from. But we can't do that if you're here speaking over me,
Uh-huh.
right?
When the God character
Yes.
had innocent women raped, was that just or was that
No, it
unjust?
was not just. No,
Was
it
it
was not just.
unjust?
Not nephew. You're
Was
right.
it unjust?
It was not just.
Was it unjust?
Yes, it was.
Cool. So the God character is unjust. Correct?
No,
The God character did an unjust thing.
no.
So
He
the
did an
God character.
unjust thing, but doing something unjust does not define your whole character. You do not.
So
So you want
doing
to tell
something
me when I
unjust
do
doesn't mean
something
that
wrong
you're
now, my
unjust.
whole character is going to be defined by
Cool.
that
Words
one
don't
wrong
mean
thing.
words. Got it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
Let's say when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I grab my phone and I send $100,000 to the Red Cross charity. I don't tell nobody about it. I do it anonymously. Here you go, Red Cross. Or it's to some better charity if you don't like the Red Cross. Then I walk outside and I help my neighbor with their lawn because it's an old lady. And so I mow the lawn for my neighbor. I don't charge my neighbor anything. And then I go and volunteer as a crossing guard for a school on the other side of town to make sure kids get to school on time. And then when all of that is done, I go to some bar and I kidnap a woman. I put her in a basement and I make her put the lotion in the basket for 3 months. Am I a good person?
You make the woman put lotion.
In the basket, like in Silence of the Lambs. I kidnapped her. She's in a basement.
Yeah.
She's not going to see her family for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I send her stuff like food in a bucket. Am I a good person?
Don't forget she's in a really deep hole too
Yeah.
that she can't climb out of.
I do not understand why this is. I'm hoping that you're just
Yeah,
trying to
but why
parse
are we
this
humming and
information.
hawing over this? What's the answer?
I would say I would not want to define.
You don't define people by their actions.
Judge your character based on
The
what
one thing I
thing
did
that
was
you
kidnap
did.
a woman and put her in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Nice. I do understand that. I do understand that you said that.
You are aware,
but
by the way.
can we just go back to
Yeah,
the
just really
prompt?
quickly. No, this is an analogy, right? So you are aware that there are people who are very, very rich and do all the things I told you. They give billions or millions of dollars to charity. They go out and do things that look like they're helping, and then behind the scenes, they're doing horrible things to children. And I wouldn't say they're good people. I would say they're terrible people who are doing these other things as a mask. So that's what I would say. I'd say they're bad people.
You agreed earlier that the action of the God character was unjust, and then you tried to say it doesn't define his character. Actually, our actions are the only thing that define our character. And it's not the only example. The Bible is filled with stories where the God character is a sociopath, where the God character acts in a totally immoral way. So those actions do define the character of God.
But
You
as
know
I
what-
said, I think
do you
you
know what
guys just
troubles
don't want
me?
to understand that. I
you know
am
what-
trying to say that.
Wait, but do you know what
But you
troubles me
guys
though?
don't want. I feel like, yeah.
What troubles me is that if we weren't having a conversation about God and I asked you this same question and I was like, hey, and I was just talking about a regular person like you saw on the news. Hey, did you know he did all this stuff around town and he was blah, 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 and he kidnapped a woman? You wouldn't hesitate. If it was any other conversation, I'm pretty sure you as a regular person would not hesitate and you would say, yeah, that person's a jerk. That person's a terrible person. So I'm wondering why it is that in this context, it takes a long time to say it.
Just while she's not responding, everybody who is here that isn't already following Crystal, follow Crystal. We're trying to get her to 10,000 followers. So everybody shoot her a follow, please. I'm sure most of the people that follow me already follow you, Crystal, but I'm shouting you out.
So torture device, can you articulate a response? The God
Yes,
characters
I want to.
does
Excuse
a
me?
bunch of unjust shit, but you say that that's not representative of his character. Well, it is.
Can I just answer what I wanted to answer beginning before everybody just cut me off or so?
Cool.
I wanted to say that when somebody does something wrong, in order for them to really feel the pain and in order for them to really understand the depth of the pain that they have caused other people, you need to go to their weakest person.
You're fucking
sometimes.
psychotic.
Most-
You're suggesting that you need to attack the loved ones of people that do bad things. You're psycho. That is a psycho thing to assert. Is that what your suggestion is? In order to have revenge pain, you have to hurt the people close to the person you're trying to hurt? Your religion makes you an insane person. You don't have to hurt
Okay,
innocent
can
people.
I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Should you hurt innocent people? Because I can answer that question pretty
But I
clearly.
don't even know what
Can
that.
I ask?
No,
Can
hold
I
on,
ask
hold
a
on.
question?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't know what that means when we're talking about whether or not somebody's a bad person, right? If you're saying to me that if somebody did something Like if somebody threw a brick through my window, then I gotta go kick their grandma in the face. I'm just gonna disagree with you, right? Like I'm gonna say, yeah, that's probably not the best way to approach that. Or if somebody slapped my mom, I should slap their kids. Maybe not. Maybe not the best way to approach that. That's not what you're saying, is it?
Yeah, like your suggestion that we hurt people around others because that's their most sensitive point, that's psychotic. Like that is immoral to the nth degree. I think that you know that. I
Yeah,
hope that you
it
know that.
is. But however, it is your weakest point, and maybe that is what going to
So,
that is what's going
so
to
God is
do
as
the devil
cruel as
in.
possible. God is as vindictive and evil and psychotic as possible. He thinks if you do something bad, I'm not going to punish you. I'm going to hurt the people you love. Your God character is a sociopath, and you worship her.
That's like a mafia boss or something. You know what I mean?
Like every day on this app, a Christian will say some unhinged thing that makes me think, holy fuck, that's more crazy than the last thing that I've heard. But your suggestion that God was just by having David's concubines raped because going after those you love is like the heaviest hitting form of punishment is like next level psychotic. You're such
That
immoral
is really
people.
crazy. And it doesn't even get around the fact that they're being punished for something that they didn't do. You can still say you can still say that that's like the most heavy, like that's the way that David would feel the most pain, but the women are still getting punished for something they didn't do. Like you're not getting around that.
No, I am, and I do acknowledge that.
No, you're
Honestly,
not.
I
Did
am.
the women get punished for something that David did?
Yes, they did.
So yeah, you are not getting around that. You just admitted it. The women are getting punished for something they didn't do, which is definitionally unjust. You're just making yourself sound like a moral monster,
Okay.
and you're not even refuting the point.
Okay, let me say this. I think I'm gonna go back on my word, but I would say God in the Old Testament was a bit harsh, cruel.
Whoa.
Not cruel.
So
Was
He's
a bit
harsh
harsh
in the
in
New
Isaiah.
Testament too.
In the Old Testament, no, not in the New
He's
Testament.
harsh in the New Testament too.
Where in the New Testament?
Torture device. I want you to go to your Bible and I want you to rip out the first 60%. The Old Testament, no, that's bad. The Jesus character in the New Testament, also a dick, defends slavery, stoning of children. Why is the Jesus character of the New Testament unjust?
Like we could only go off of what was written in the New Testament, and I could still make this point perfectly. It doesn't matter. He's unjust in the Old Testament and he's unjust in the New Testament.
Where is it in the New Testament where he's unjust?
Would you agree that putting innocent people to death for crimes that they didn't commit is unjust?
Yes, it is.
That is the story of Jesus. He gets put to death on the cross. He gets put to death on the cross to save people from their own fucking sins, which is their own crimes. They're not being held accountable for their crimes. Jesus is an innocent man. That is there she left.
Fucking bolted. They fucking when I say that they are knowingly dishonest, they know they're full of shit. They know they're full of shit.
I love this prompt. Like I can't even tell you how much I love this prompt.
Also, your live today has been amazing. It's like a drug.
Okay, we'll take like one more. We could honestly do this all fucking day because the food is innumerable. We just continue to get guests, but I truly have shit that I need to get done today. So we will take one more guest and then I gotta go.
Can I add, is Wilbert still in the request?
Let me check.
No, there's not a Wilbur.
No Wilbur's here.
Oh wait, didn't we brought up two people at once? We did that thing. Who was the other person?
I don't remember.
I don't either. Fuck,
I do.
dude.
It was El Roto. Roto.
Oh, then that seems fair.
Did you? Oh wait, before we start talking to El Roto, there was this guy in the comments who I kept trying to request or invite up, but he wouldn't come up. Where he was going, Reverend Martin Luther King's God is unjust. You guys are racist. Barack Obama's God is unjust. You guys are racist.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
we can think that Martin Luther King and Barack Obama are good enough people, but they still believed in a God that was unjust. Like I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't know. that felt like a very strange position to take.
Also,
but El
if-
Roto,
if-
you are going to be our last guest. Hopefully, you're a good one.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. We've had a really good live today, full of a bunch of lion-ass Christians. I hope you're one of them. Which I honestly don't even need to hope that hard because it's been every single one of them. But first, how are you? Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah, sure I am.
You said that like a lie.
Sure.
I'm 35. I'm
Okay.
1991.
Okay. Just the way you said that made me question it. And we think God is unjust. Before we start this conversation, do we need to define what just and unjust mean?
Well, it depends from the point of view.
What do you mean it depends? Like the definition depends?
Yeah. If
What do you mean by that?
Just is subjective. Just doesn't really exist in an objective point of view.
Okay, cool. So what's your version of justice?
Justice?
What does it mean?
Justice.
Yup.
We can say fairness. We can say
Okay, let's just roll with that. Fairness. Can we all agree that justice is being fair?
Sure.
I'm fine with that definition. El Roto,
Cool.
make sure that you're fine with that definition. Think about it. And if
No,
you
well-
have any contentions with that,
Yeah, sure.
say them now. Because I have a really good feeling in a couple of minutes you're going to want to try to redefine this word. Are you
No,
sure that justice means fairness to you?
Justice doesn't exist from an objective point of view.
We didn't ask you if it does. We
No,
didn't
I'm
ask
telling
that.
you. You asked me if I had any
That's amazing.
objections
We
with
didn't
it. I'm
ask.
telling you.
Cool. So
I'm
justice
telling
is
you my
fairness.
objections.
Cool. You're locked in. We're agreed.
You're locked
From a-
in.
from a
Don't try to
subjective-
change your stance
Yeah,
later.
from a
Don't
subjective
try to
point of
change
view.
your definition
From
later.
a subjective point
What
of view.
do you mean by saying
What
that?
does that mean? This is
Yeah,
not.
well, it depends from the
we're
point of
talking
view.
about Roto.
It
We're
depends
talking
from
about
the point of view. It
Roto,
depends from the
we're
point of
asking
view.
your point of view. Listen now, shh, and listen. We're asking, what do you think the definition of justice is? We want to hear your point of
And
view.
I'm telling
Once
you.
wait, listen. But once you make that point of view, we want you locked in. We don't want you to later say, well, it doesn't mean it always because today is purple. Okay, that's not going to work with us. Okay, so what is right now your meaning of the word justice?
Justice means fairness from a subjective point of view.
Wait.
Okay, wait.
What?
Why do you keep saying from a subjective point of view? So any individual's point of view is mind dependent. So anyone's understanding of justice is going to be somewhat dependent on their mind. What else would it be?
And look, that's not even
Just
true.
answer the question. Let him answer the question. What other point of view would it be?
Well, to give you an example, justice doesn't mean the same in America as it does in Iran.
Cool.
Ask you your definition, sir.
I'm not asking
I
you
didn't
the
ask
difference
you.
between here or there. I'm asking you, is justice, does it have the same meaning all the time, even though we have subjective point of views?
And
I
also
just told
look,
you,
El Roto,
justice-
El Roto,
justice-
hold on.
Let him
hold on, hold
answer.
on.
Justice doesn't exist from an objective point of view.
He's
There
on
is
record.
no objective point of view. That's not a
it
thing.
from,
It doesn't need to be qualified.
You're-
What
you're-
the fuck is an objective point of view?
He's banging he's gonna make you bang your head against the wall. Look, Oroto, you're wrong.
I'm not. I'm just being honest.
Listen, stop talking. You're wrong.
I'm being.
Just stop talking. You're wrong. Justice means the stop. Look, the more you keep talking, the longer this is gonna take. Stop doing that.
That's
Justice
possible.
means justice means the exact same thing in both places if you're defining it. So if you say justice is fairness, you can look at the United States and you can look at Iran and say, do I think this is justice? So if you're defining it as fairness and you say, hey, this person took 5 rocks from me, I want 5 rocks back, that's the definition, right? That would be justice, correct?
No, it depends on the point of view.
Wait. When you say justice is fairness, you don't mean that, right?
Yeah, I mean it from a subjective
Okay,
point of view.
so
Dude,
no,
what,
forget
there
no.
is
There's no
what
such
would be
thing.
the objective point of view?
I'm about to show him. Listen, when you say fairness, you mean getting back what you put in, something equal.
But equality doesn't exist in the universe.
I
Dude,
didn't ask you that.
you're
I didn't
not.
ask you that.
There's no
If
such thing as equality in the universe. So,
I didn't ask you that. I didn't
well,
ask you
that
if equality exists. I asked you, is that what you mean?
how can I tell you that's what I mean if
By
equality doesn't
telling me
exist in the
if that's not
universe?
what you mean, then we're back at square one. You either mean something or you don't.
Well,
Arodo,
I'm
can you
telling you,
just?
there's no such thing as equal in the universe. How
No
can I
one
tell
asked you
you
if they did. That has
honestly?
nothing to do with
How
this
can I tell you
conversation. Jesus
honestly that
fucking
there's
Christ.
something equal in the
Alrodo,
universe
is there
if
an
I
objective
honestly
point of
think
view?
there's nothing equal in the universe?
Alrodo, is there an objective point of view?
Yes, but you don't have access to
What's
it. I
the
don't have
objective
access
point
to
of
it.
view?
I don't have access to it. My point
What
of
is
view
the
is
objective
subjective.
point of view?
My subjective view is subject.
Can you answer any fucking question directly? What is the objective point of view?
The objective point of view is from every single point of view that there is.
Oh my God.
So all
Bro.
subjective point of views are objective? That is your answer.
No, so a subjective point of view is from a single point of view.
And what's an objective point of view?
From all points of view.
Yeah, that doesn't
So
even make sense.
if we all agree that justice is fairness, then is that now objective?
You could try to talk about it from an objective point of view.
I am
you could try.
desperately begging you to explain to me why you keep qualifying that this definition is subjective.
He's not gonna.
Because it is.
Okay, cool.
An
Everything
argument
is
of
subjective.
objective morality,
Yes, correct.
and he thinks that this has something to do with that.
Yeah,
He doesn't
that's the whole
understand
point.
anything.
No, it's not that I don't understand it.
Oh, Roto.
So there
It
is no objective point of view, correct?
Look, he
No.
doesn't
There
even
is,
know.
but you don't have access to it.
Where is this objective point of view that I don't have access to?
Objective point of view that you don't have access to it because you're not like when you're talking about justice from a universal point of view. You don't have to access to that universal point of view from the Iranian point of view. From
Oh my
the,
God, shut the fuck up. Those are subjective
No, I
points
mean,
of view.
if you can't talk with me, it's fine.
I am desperately begging you to tell me what is the objective point of view? Where is it? Who has it? What is the objective point of
Telling you,
view?
unless you have access to every point of view,
Understand what the
you don't
word
have access
objective
to it.
means.
That's literally what objective means.
Objective just means that it's mind independent. That's all it means. That
Yeah,
something is
exactly.
mind independent.
My
Exactly.
friends, don't let his idiocy and obfuscation get
idiocy.
under your skin. Just know that
you are-
all of the almost 300 people can see what he's doing right now.
He
And
is
just be
desperate.
What
happy.
am I doing? No,
You're
what am I
desperately
doing?
trying to assert that God has an objective point of view so that when we get into the Bible and discuss how unfair God is, you can simply say, but he has a different point of view. Your version of justice is subjective and his
I
is
don't care
objective.
about the Bible. The Bible has subjective points of view. The
Cool.
Bible
What-
was
what is
written
your religion?
by subjective points of view.
All books are written by subjective points of view. There's
Exactly.
no book that's not written by people.
Exactly.
So there's no point in saying
asking
that.
your opinion,
It's like
Roto.
ordering a
From
cheeseburger
the
and saying you
beginning.
don't want blueberries on it. You don't have to qualify that. Every book is written by a person. You jackass. So
Exactly. Every book is written by a subjective point of view.
So where does this objective point of view fucking exist? Who has this objective point of view?
Only the totality of all existence.
So all of existence has an objective point of view.
Exactly.
And can that point of view speak or discuss anything?
Definitionally, that means we have an objective point of view if all of existence has an objective point of view. We
How?
are a part of
How?
existence.
This is so fucking painful.
Because you said
Look,
all
no.
existence has
Let's-
an objective point of view.
There's no such
We
thing as
are part
just
of
or
all
unjust.
existence.
Can we stop chasing him up more on Mountain? This is too simple. He's already conceded that that's not what he means by justice because the fairness that he's attaching to it doesn't
Just
exist.
because you can
Stop
argue
talking,
with me doesn't
Orodo.
mean-
Orodo, stop talking.
And you-
I'm going
you
to ask
keep-
you, stop talking. You're interrupting. That's a concession. That is concession number one. Did he just leave?
Oh, Bible guy kicked him out.
I mean, look. if he says justice is fairness, but fairness doesn't exist, and he's just saying justice doesn't exist, he's not going to agree to that. Just make him redefine what justice means.
Arwen, you
Honestly,
have done a beautiful job today of holding people's feet to the fire and not letting us like derail them from holding their feet to the fire every time they have tried to move away from justice and make it about morality or language or semantics. You have pushed them right back into that fire. Well done.
well, the live is over now, y'all. Who else is live right now that I can? I have 300 people here. We can do a pretty good raid. Who's live that I can send them to? Let's find out. Who is live? Like literally nobody. Tiny Science is live right now. Everybody go to Tiny Science's live and say Arwen raid. If you don't do it, then you're not a real one. Love all you guys on the panel and the select few of you that are